Okay, here we are again. Long week without this, but week is over. Well, not the week. The week isn't over. Tomorrow is still part of the week, and depending on where you are in the world, Sunday is as well, but my week is over. I have homework to do over the weekend, but the actual tough part of balancing the going to school with the doing the homework part is over because all I have to focus on now is homework. So we'll work on that. But in the meantime, let's take a little time to throw ourselves against the brick wall that is Dark Souls, is what I would say if this was a blind stream through. It's not. I will still die a few times, but I know this game's, game enough to usually get by kind of okay. So we'll see if that remains the case today, or if the game has some surprises left for me as we venture towards the lands above. Kind of makes me wish the Raven could have taken me to the lands above, because the Raven, flies, but maybe it doesn't fly up. I mean, something like that, I can't imagine it would be able to catch an updraft very easily. But just based on its size. But what the hell do I know about aerodynamics? Probably less than the bird, to be fair. So I couldn't tell you. Alright. My duration meter on my chat box says 5 minutes. Well, a little more than now, but let's take another drink and then we'll get going. Okay, here we go. I don't know how much it is audible in the background, but my neighbors have decided in their infinite wisdom, I don't know which one of them it is, but one of them has decided that it's a good idea to start banging, like pounding something in with a hammer outside now at 7 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. They've had all day to do it, but now they're going to choose to do it. But, if I'm honest, I can't really blame them, because with any luck today, I'll also be knocking on something. Potentially knocking on heaven's door, if we make it that far. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Dark Souls, the stream edition. Last time, we made our way to the... Hang on, I didn't bow. Let me do that. Actually, I didn't... Well, what is it? What is it, since it's the beginning of the stream? How you doing, everybody? There we go. Last time, we went to Blighttown and robbed it of all of its treasure, effectively, except for the ones that are on the normal path through, because why would I want to go on the normal path through Blighttown? That part sucks. So I didn't do that. And we rang the second bell of awakening. So today, my thought process is that we will make some progress in Sen's Fortress, because we actually made a quick pit stop in the catacombs to pick up this bad boy, the mace. The regular old mace, which we would have gotten if we had started as a cleric, but... it's okay. We didn't need to start as a cleric. And I'm actually going to use this as my weapon of choice for the remainder of the playthrough. The Reinforced Club has done some solid and serious work over the course of the playthrough so far. And honestly, I may be at a point where, I realize a couple of streams from now, I'm still kind of used to the Reinforced Club's moveset, and I just go back to it, but I think I'm going to use the mace, honestly. I'm going to try it out. It was the unsung hero of the Dark Souls 3 playthrough, so I think it's a good idea to give it a little more love. Especially since it did that at +0. Which is kind of a lot. Oh, wow. One shots those guys two-handed. I mean, I have 27 strength. At this point, I gotta imagine, like it's only a matter of time. So. Yeah, our damage stats are actually all done. Don't need anything else for the Pyromancy Flame. It just scales based on its plusage. That's not a word. And its plusage is +10 right now. Do we have enough Titanite shards? I don't remember. We have 5. I don't know how many are in our storage box, our inventory box. Let me go look. I need to put a few other things away anyway, so we'll do that. And we're going to upgrade the mace to +5, and we're going to upgrade it further than that because we've also got some large titanite that we can do some stuff with. We actually only have 5. Okay, so here's what we're going to do is we're going to actually go back down, and we're going to take... Okay, so you can go in there, you can go in there. I don't actually need these in my inventory, but, I mean, I might as well. Well, no, I can... I don't want to do this. How about we do that, because then I'll get 5 from one of the green titanite shards that we have. So I'll put one of those away, and then I'll have 1. So that'll get turned into 5 regular titanite shards. And we'll have 9, so then we can make the mace +5. We need 1 large to get to +6, 1 large for +7, 2 large for +8, and 2 large for +9. So we need a total of 9 large titanite shards to get to +10, which is as far as we can go at the moment. We'll need a total of 18 because I also want to take the... Well, actually, we need a total of 27 because I want to take the composite bow to +10 eventually. And I also want to take a shield to +10. I'm not sure which one I want to do yet. I think I might want to do... I don't think I want to do the Grass Crest shield. I kind of just wear that for the stamina regen. I think I might want to do either the Caduceus Kite shield or the Tower shield and get them to +10. And then eventually we'll also want to get our armor to +5, but I'm not really too chuffed about that. Like, we'll concern ourselves with that when we get a little closer. I did look over our plunder since last time, though, and I checked this little bad boy out, the Darkmoon Seance ring that we picked up in that sarcophagus. This ring is granted to adherents of Gwyndolin, Darkmoon deity, and last-born of Gwyn, Lord of Sunlight. Grants additional magic attunement slots. That doesn't really help me, but the Dark Sun Gwyndolin is the only remaining deity in Anor Londo. His followers are few, but their tasks are of vital importance. So maybe we can get some more information on that when we get to Anor Londo in just a little while. We'll see. Oh, I guess I've got a few things laying around. There's 3,000 here and 6,000 there, so we got like 9k laying around. That's not bad. What's our level up requirements now? Almost 12,000? Okay, that's fine. How do I want to do this? So what I would like to do today, actually, before we go to Anor Londo, if possible, so I'm going to actually go back to Frampton, feed him that green titanite shard that I left in my inventory, which means we get to kill these guys again. Let me actually upgrade this before we go so I can see what the damage looks like at, like, plus... I don't know what we'll have, like, +4, I think, with what we have. No, we only got 5 shards, so we'll see.
Well, you need it.
Hey, Andre. I guess I could repair a couple of things, why not? Really don't need to worry about the reinforced club. I should probably put a few of those things away, if I'm honest, because, like, I won't need them again, so, you know. Especially, like, I've got all this extra stuff. I know. I'm sure that there's probably a decent number of people that are disappointed I'm not using the large club. Especially since we got it to drop, which is not usually the case. I don't know, it's just the weight, honestly, that bugs me, because I looked at it in a stat calculator, and in order for us to light roll with this equipped with everything else, we would need to, I think, have over 40 endurance, and beyond 40 endurance you don't get any more stamina, and we would also have to, like, reduce our HP below a point where I'm comfortable. I usually like having at least 1,000 HP in this game by the end game, and we would not have 1,000 HP at our vitality levels with this equipped. So I just kind of said, okay, let's get the mace. And the reason for it is because if I have the mace and I get to a certain number of endurance that is not over 40, we can actually use everything we have currently equipped with the Ring of Favor equipped rather than Havel's Ring. And if I'm going to go to the trouble of showing you how to get another Ring of Favor rather than just the one that I had, then I might as well just equip it, you know, so that's my plan. So we're going to do that in a little bit. Alright, so we'll get this to +3, and let me go back up. Well, technically speaking, Andre, I'm already kind of looking a little gross in the hollowing department. So we'll figure that part out later. Alright, let's go back to this stuff, and then put away the stuff that I don't need, put away the base cannon, put away the Falchion that we got as a drop. I'll keep the Divine Hand Axe because we'll still use that, but Reinforced Club can go away. Large Club can go away. I mean, I don't have to worry about, like, inventory limit in this game, unlike in Demon Souls, which is kind of nice, but, you know, why carry it if I don't need it, you know? It's just kind of clogging my inventory that way. So, what was the thing I just put away that I was going to say something about? Let me go back up. Oh, I didn't put it away. We're going to keep the Ulasil Ivory Catalyst in my inventory for exactly one purpose later that I'll get into when we get a little closer to that, so... Alright, but let's go take this green Titanite shard to Framped, since I probably should have done that before this. And we will grab 5 regular Titanite from the 1 green. We'll take those Titanite shards with us back to Andre, and then we will +5 this baby, and then +6, 7, 8, 9 it. And then we'll go to Sen's. Sen's Fortress, that is. And Sen's Fortress is nice because it actually gives you some large Titanite for free. But on top of that, there's also a decent number of collectible souls in the area, so... We'll actually be using that to help us purchase a few things that I would like to purchase before we go to Anor Londo, which is right after Sen's, so... Like, you finish Sen's and then you'll find a way to get there. So that's cool. And I think my plan is to actually... I'm going to buy, I think, the Tower Kite Shield and the Caduceus Kite Shield and just kind of aesthetically, like, look at them and see which one I would prefer.
Is it?
So, it's nothing urgent there, Framped. I just need more Titanite shards.
Farewell.
Alright, cool. So that's that. I could reverse my hollowing as well. I might do that in a little while. I'm a little bit less, like, inclined to do that now because we have a full armor set, so I don't have to look at my beef jerky-looking body anymore because, well, I've got the armor on, so... We'll probably reverse our hollowing eventually, though. So, I'm also anticipating a few deaths against the boss of Anor Londo, although I don't know if we'll actually get to them today because I have a few pit stops, quote-unquote, I'd like to make along the way to where our destination is. So, oh. What'd you do? Follow me? Why are you just breaking shit? That's not very nice. Don't break shit. What did that church pew ever do to you, man? What a jackass. Now don't be like your friends. Don't follow me down. Like they never learn. To be fair, their brains probably don't work very well anymore, considering they're hollow, but... I don't know. I'm doing pretty okay, and I'm not currently human. What's their excuse? No hope? Yeah, actually, that's a fair excuse. Never mind. I'm not sure how well this weapon's gonna do against Sen's Fortress, the enemies in Sen's Fortress. I know one of the enemy types it'll do very well against, but they're not, like, on the beaten path. The ones that are on the beaten path, I think, have some blunt resistance, but if they're, like, one of the only difficult enemies in the run, then I'm kind of okay with it, you know what I mean? Like, in terms of the dealing damage part to them. So, alright, so now let's modify this up. I don't know if we'll have enough souls to purchase both shields that I wanted to purchase here. Yeah, we'll have enough to buy one. So let's buy one. Let's go with... which one? I might go Caduceus Kite. I kind of like the look of it, to be honest. So I think I'm going to try this one and just see what it looks like real quick.
Don't get yourself killed. Not.
So let's try that out. And I think if this is the one that I'm going to use, I think I'd like to eventually +10 it. Mainly for the stability. The Crest Shield gets 66 stability at +5 with Twinkling Titanite, but the Caduceus Kite Shield gets more stability than that, even just at +10. So, and it has 100% physical block, which is not too bad either. So, I mean, it only has 58 stability to be fair, but it's not bad. It's a little blue, which I don't know if that matches with anything else I've got on, but I don't know if the Tower Kite Shield will match with anything else I've got on, because we don't really have any, like, deep metallic black on me either. So I don't know, I'm kind of okay with this. It's got a serpent on it. I'm going to go with Grass Crest again, though, for now, I think. Because we need to get a few more Titanite shards in order to... Well, I guess we could just go make some more greens, but let's not do that now. We already did a whole bunch of, like, running back and forth, so let's go into Sen's now. and just take a look and see what they've got waiting for me in there. Inside the funhouse, someone called it Sen's Funhouse in a video previously, and ever since then, I keep thinking back to the funhouse from... What was that Spider-Man game on the Super Nintendo where you played as Wolverine in the clown area, and the music was annoying, and all you could hear every 10 seconds was a clown laughing in the background? Like, that traumatized me as a kid. I don't think you understand. I think it was Arcade's Revenge, but I could be wrong about that. Hey, Amarella, how you doing? Welcome back. We're going into Sen's Funhouse today. I just avoided a floor trap. Alright, come on out. I know you're here. Don't make me look for you. There we go. Ah, my prey, my quarry. Hello. Nice jump. Oh. Okay, well, the trap hit him once, so at least that's good. Oop, put my shield down. These guys are parryable, though, so let's take a look at the damage. Oh, yeah, no, we'll be fine. Never mind, they are not as resistant to blunt as I thought they were. Man serpents, these guys. Big swords. The swords actually have some strength value on them. So if they drop one, hey, I'm not going to be using it, but it would be pretty powerful given our stats. As for the souls I was talking about, here's a soul of a brave warrior. That's worth 5,000 souls by itself, so that's pretty good. Now, I would not recommend... Okay, well, first of all, I wouldn't recommend getting hit by the guillotines that are just randomly flying around in here. But if you do get hit by them, you'll end up down there, and, well, I can actually show you what'll happen if you end up down there. It's not that it won't end well for you, it's that it may eventually not end well for you. I'm going to put the rusted iron ring on because there's a few things in here that probably want me dead. Yeah, Titanite demons. But it's not just any old Titanite demon. Ow. Ow. It's a Titanite demon in oil? Some kind of gross shit that I'm walking in right now. That's definitely not good for me to be walking in. If I didn't have the rusted iron ring on, I'd be moving very slowly right now, so... Oh, okay. Man, this guy's got hops. See? Keeps hopping around like a leapfrog. Ow. Okay, got him. You know, I might as well take these guys out while I'm down here. There's multiple Titanite demons in this little gross oil pit thing down here, and they're worth 2,000 souls apiece, so since I'm down here, I may as well. But you know what I'd like to do, actually, before I do that, I think, is... Yeah, might as well go up here, actually. So there's some stuff to collect up here, and there's some stuff to collect down there, too, so... There is one point down there where we'll have to fight multiple Titanite demons at once, though, so that might be a little challenging. We'll have to see how that goes. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind taking their souls with me, like the ones that they're giving me. Oh, look, another large soul. A proud knight and an illusory wall to get us up here. Yeah, I wouldn't mind taking their souls with me, but if I lose them, it's probably going to be pretty... Like, if I die to one of the ones later on in here, it's probably going to be pretty hard to get them back, so... I don't know. Ah! The big guy that opened the gate for me. How many rings of sacrifice do I have? I have 2 rares and 1 regular. Okay. I might be able to use one of those, since I didn't use it before. So... Hey, big guy! Appreciate you opening the gate for me. Sir, I didn't want to do this, but I mean, if you're gonna attack me, then I guess I might as well oblige. Not trying to be a dickhead about it, but why are you, oh god, attacking me? Are you obligated to do so? Well, sorry. I guess nobody's going to be closing the gate now. I sure don't have the strength for it. He does give us a Titanite chunk for beating him, though, so that's kind of nice. Not totally unworth it to come down, or come up here, because, I mean, 3,000 souls in a chunk ain't bad. You could drop down over here where the large soul was, and that'll bring you back up onto the rafters where the guillotines are, but I'm going to climb down. Why the hell not? Might as well. Oh, you know, I can't wear the rare ring of sacrifice if I wear the rusted iron ring, can I? Okay, well, then I guess we'll lose the souls. Big deal. He thinks you're food because you're small, or something. Yeah, you know, that's a pretty logical excuse, actually. I could see that being his reasoning. I mean, how often does the big guy eat, you know? He's got to eat, too. Everybody's got to eat, kiddo. Including him. Alright, where's the next one? See, there's an item over there. But I'll bet you there's a Titanite demon between me and that item. Okay. And that item. Well, that wasn't very nice. Go on, take your shot. I'll take mine. Well, that did nothing. How do you feel about large arrows? Eh, I feel a little better about it. I don't know about you. I gotta watch, because in a second, yeah, that's gonna happen. And one more. Ooh. Gotta back up a little more. Yeah. Oh, one of them came downstairs to say hello. Ma'am, I'll be with you in a moment. If I can lock onto your friend. I cannot. Alright, then I'll be with you right now. Okay, okay. Alright. I see how it is. This is why you came down here, isn't it? Gotcha. Now, where were we? Oh, there's a third one. Alright, fun. I kind of don't want to walk over to her, so I think I'll just wooden arrow her to death. Because then the other one will be able to hit me if I walk over to her, you know, so. But isn't this a whole lot of fun? I think at this point, yeah, she's got higher reach than I do. Okay. I do. So, instead, we'll wait the second one. And off she goes. Okay, well, that was fun. And by fun, I mean annoying. Alright, so anyway. I see another Titanite demon. What are you guarding, big guy? Ooh, you're guarding some good stuff, it looks like. Couple of things. Hey, listen. I thought I just heard a... whatchamacallit, one of the snake ladies. A scythe. That was actually the weapon that I used the very first time I beat Dark Souls 1. So, pretty good. Deals slashing damage, so it's okay. It's not the best type of damage in the game, but it's okay. Ooh, nice. Stagger. Do it again. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to work. Ow. Ow. I was going to say, just whack him upside the head so we can go home, please. Ooh, okay. Oh my god, just get out of here, man. Making this so much harder on me, and yourself by extension. Alright, so I think this next part is where there's 2 Titanite demons in the same room. But I thought there was a snake lady up here. I thought I heard one hissing. I mean, maybe there was. I don't know. But she didn't start firing down at me with her lightning bolts. These snake ladies are actually one of the few enemies in the game that can actually deal lightning damage to you, so that's kind of interesting. So just in case you weren't sure, I mean, I guess it's zapping me, so it would be pretty easy to identify as lightning damage. Finally got your 1095A from your marketplace, so you could file your taxes and got a response in 3 minutes. The subject line was cut off, so all you saw was the IRS and did, in fact, mildly panic, only to open it and see accepted. Okay, well, that's a bit of a roller coaster, but I'm glad it was accepted. Yeah, tax season is... It's tax season. It is what it is. It's one of those things. Alright, I was going to say, I think one of them's going to, like, jump out at me from the dark here. How does Fire Orb do? Not good. I guess I should have expected that, honestly. Actually, I don't know if the second one is here. But I'll keep whacking him upside the... Why am I doing less damage to this one? That's bizarre. Oh, the second one's over there. Okay. And now he's coming towards me. So you might be getting a fireball to the face there, friend. Fire orb to the face. Oh, that didn't work. Just beat him up. Oh, I'm about to get zapped. Running now! Which one of you is... Oh, you're both zapping now. Alright. I might be able to do something about that. Ow. Okay, run, you idiot. There we go. I don't think I could kill this one. They've got quite a lot of HP. I figured they wouldn't have this kind of HP. But, okay. Okay, yeah, kind of expected that, if I'm honest. Yeah, I didn't figure they'd have that kind of HP and defense, but to be fair, we got all of the important items, so I don't think it's really going to be too bad. I think we should be able to, because they don't respawn, actually, now that I think about it, so we should be able to get those souls back pretty easily, actually. I'm actually a little more concerned about the humanity, if I'm honest. Because we were carrying around like 3 soft humanity. At least I'm an idiot is a legitimate defense to not constant tax filing problems. Well, usually, I don't know, from what I understand, they're not like... If you make a mistake on the tax thing, like, they let you know, obviously, but it's not like, oh, you made one mistake on your taxes, so we're gonna throw you in jail now. Like, that's typically not the case, from my understanding, so... Unless it's, like, a really big mistake, I would imagine, maybe, but... Oh, good. The trap came in handy this time. Nice. I'll go hiss at someone else. You're breaking your own pottery here, friend. Just think, in a couple of minutes when we get a few more Titanite, large Titanite shards, we'll be able to one-shot these guys with a riposte. That'll be nice. Alright, we still have Rusted Iron Ring on. So, and there's no real way down here without taking a large amount of damage like that. So, since we have to do that, just heal real quick, and then we'll run this way. Yeah, see, no Titanite Demon anymore. Snake Ladies, however, will respawn, so be careful of that. And then be careful of these guys just deciding to, you know, do their thing. I will leave you two alone. I don't need Demon Titanite to do my build, so you have fun with that. Bye. Just, you know, casually get away with a whole level up's worth of souls. Almost a whole level up's worth of souls at the moment. It's not bad. Actually, it might be worth it to leave with these because we have some souls in my inventory, and I kind of want to see how many we have, actually, because I need a total of 45,000 in order to buy the Bellowing Dragon Crest ring from Griggs, but also to buy the other 2 pyromancies that I actually want to get for the playthrough from Quelana. So let me see what we have in ye old box. So that's 10,000. That's 3,000. So it's 13. 2,000 each, 15, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 11. That's 33,000 souls. So we'd be able to buy all of Quelana's stuff, but not the Bellowing. So I think I'm going to wait until we would have... But how much is in there? Let me see. I think it's 10, 13, 15, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22. So I'm going to wait until we have 23,000 souls, which is a lot to hold on to be fair. But once we have that amount, we'll move on out of Sens. And actually, there's a shortcut that you can open in Sens itself. So I think... Oh, they've spotted me. I'm running. So I think if we, open up the shortcut, it'll give us an excuse to actually leave with a potentially large number of souls. So we'll do that in a few minutes. My lightning resistance is not looking so hot. Maybe if I had a little of that, it'd be a little easier to deal with these snake ladies. But, you can kind of just hide behind pillars. Shoot them with arrows and be fine. So that's the plan anyway. I wouldn't recommend coming in here just melee. I feel like that would be a lot harder. I mean, I guess if you want to make it tougher than, it actually is for yourself, then you could do that, but... Okay. Okay, I see her. Just gotta get the targeting reticle on her. Oop, okay. Hey. Actually, I could just keep shooting, because it'll stagger her every time. She has no poise, so... Okay. Let me take a swig real quick. There we go. Oh, that's lovely. I can see every bit of the gameplay. Alright, probably just wooden arrows to finish her. I don't have her on my reticle anymore. She's too far away. She can still see me, though. Okay, that's not it. I mean, if I wait to see where the lightning's coming from... Oh, I see. I've uncentered myself somehow here. Okay. So, like, there. Nope. Little to the right. There we go. I got lucky there. Thank you to the swinging things. Oh, she's still alive with, like, 1 HP. Yeah, I didn't get out of that exchange in any good shape. And there goes that. Yeah. This is why I'm using wooden arrows, though, because I was like, yeah, it's probably not going to work out if I don't. There we go. That's what I wanted. Alright. Now we should be able to come across this without too many problems. I almost just did that the wrong way, though. Because those two, would have definitely hit me if I had not done what I did there. Alright. Trigger the trap so I don't accidentally trigger it later while I'm trying to deal with this stuff. And then there's 2 more large Titanite shards. So once we unlock the shortcut, we can now use that to take the, whatchamacallit, we can take that over to Andre, and then we have enough large Titanites between our storage and this to get this to +10, so. Of course, by the time I'm done getting the shortcut triggered, we won't have too many more snake people to fight now, will we? Well, there is actually a little thing that you could do right here with this guy, but I might wait on that, honestly. Oh, hello there. Oh, goodbye there. Rolling rocks? No more rolling rocks for you. Go home, Snake Man, you're drunk. I just don't want him to do the, some of their attacks, like sometimes he'll do a head tracking attack where he just tries to chomp on your face, which is a little less than ideal. Wait for it. There we go. And then run for your life. We should get in just before the other rock comes in. Yep. There's that. Oh, good. And there's a snake lady that's decided to visit us as well. Oh god, Mace, don't hit the wall. Oh, okay, good. I get a little claustrophobic when I'm trapped in with abominations beyond human comprehension. Sorry. Well, before we go through the fog, let's go up here behind the snake lady and see what she was guarding. She was guarding the first protection ring of the game, the Ring of Steel Protection. This one increases your physical defense. There's 2 more that are inside the fortress that probably wouldn't be bad to grab, although one of them you have to buy, but, you know, just having them ain't a bad idea either. Let me think about something real quick. I said there was 22,000 souls in my inventory. I might actually go back. No, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if it's worth it to go back, because on the one side, if I did the little thing with the snake guy that's leaning on that wall down there, I could get enough souls to where I could go buy all of my stuff, including the stuff from Greg's. But at the same time, there's an NPC who, if I'm honest, I don't particularly care about. I made my decision. Let's go back down. There's an NPC that we can get out in the same area, but we would have to get a different key because we don't have the master key. So now I forget how this works. I think you have to get this guy to whack the wall with one of his attacks. I might use the Caduceus Kite Shield since it's got 100% physical block. Yeah, we'll use a Caduceus Kite. It's got the same thing as whatchamacallit. So, Goomba Stomp. Yep. Okay, it's not that attack. But basically, you want him to do, again, not that attack. There's a specific attack. I think it's the poke attack, if I remember correctly. So we're going to try to get him to use that. And you want him to use it while your back is to the wall as far as humanly possible. That's it. So, normally that wall cannot be broken by anything except for a rock. But if he does the poke attack with his Man-Serpent Greatsword, for some reason, it has enough quote-unquote poise break to actually break the wall for you. So then you can get in here early. And have a chat with this gentleman.
You seem quite lucid. A rare thing in these times. I am Logan. I'm a bit cooped up, as you can see.
But you don't look like a bird.
Right idea. Suppose you set me free. I'm old and empty-handed, but I could repay you with knowledge and sorcery.
Oh, sweet.
This place is melting my mind. The inactivity is repressive.
Yeah, I can understand that. I'll see if I can find a key. You just, you know, hang tight, I guess. Oh, you know, that makes sense. There's a soul of a hero in that cage over there. It is worth 10,000 souls if you pop it. That was why I was coming down here. I was like, you know, I could probably just grab that soul because I didn't remember where it was. Evidently, I thought it was not in a cage. But since it's in a cage and we don't have a key for the cage, I can't open the cage. It's pretty logical, you know? All right, just gonna go like this. Yeah, I had a feeling it was behind me. That may have triggered the Snake Man in the next room, yeah. So that's fine. Let's see what you got, Snake Man. How's Pyromancy do? Pretty good. 173 ain't bad. I don't remember how long it takes the traps to respawn in Sens. Like, the little floor traps will actually, like, reactivate after a while, which can be tricky to deal with, but, you know, not terrible. Alright, so there's a trick to this one. I think if I remember correctly, if you have enough poise, you can backstep through the boulders, but that feels like a glitch, so instead of that, I'm gonna, like, I think it's the third pillar? Yeah, here. Drop here. Now, granted, Snake Lady, but at the same time, Snake Lady, so no poise. Just keep smacking her up, and there you go. Another large soul, not bad. I think if you drop down in one of these sections here, you can get a ring, if I remember right. Is it down here? Yep, it's probably down here. I should probably go get that ring, if I'm honest. But then I'd have to retread the whole fortress, so I think I'll do that later, actually. Instead, let's go this way and just see where we end up. No illusory wall here, right? Nope. Okay. Snake person. Ah, the Black Sorcerer set. And the Hush Sorcery. Hush, it muffles your footsteps, if I remember correctly. So it's kind of like one half of Spook from Dark Souls 3, if you remember that. So I think we could just go down those stairs and end up in the right place. Let me go this way first. I don't remember what's over here. So I'm going to find out. Ah, a broken door. Oh, I know what's over here. Yeah, so there's an elevator here. And it's kind of hard to see, but there's the elevator there, and if you get on it, it will squish you against spikes like this is Mega Man X, and that will instantly kill you. So I wouldn't use that elevator from here. There is another space where you can use it to get to that point, but I wouldn't use it from here. It's probably not a good idea. So, alright, so you hear that banging? That is the rock mechanism that's just up above us here. I'm going to let the rock go, and then we're going to run for it. And if we run for it, we can operate the lever, and that will allow us to push the rock in a different direction, including outside, which is over there. And that makes it easier to kind of wander around in the fortress if you push it over there, because then it's obviously not being pushed towards you. Although, if I remember correctly, you can actually, like, there's points where it gets pushed back, basically, and I don't remember what those points are. But, like, it'll stay here for now, but later on, something or someone will push it back to the normal, or rather, in whatever direction you're walking in. And that makes it a little tougher, because you have to deal with that. But it's okay. Actually, I'm trying to think now. It might be worth it to go back down and, like, follow one of the boulders. I'm going to push it this way again. I know we just had it that way, but if you push it that way enough, there's like a hole over there that you can fill with the boulders. So I might try to chase one of these down here. I don't know if I'll have enough sprinting to actually get down to the door, but I'll try. Yeah, I have enough. Okay. So now we wait. We'll follow this one down. Sorry, there's a lot in Sen's Fortress, and you gotta kinda, like, take a look at it, you know? I'm just gonna drop down. Okay. Well, that was a little sketchy. Almost just Indiana Jones'd myself. Oh, look, a chest. Wait a minute. Something awful fishy about this chest, and it sure as hell ain't cod. I have a solution for this. Yeah. This chest is our first mimic of the game. If you use a Lloyd's Talisman on the mimic, though, you'll ambrosia him, and that will prevent him from spawning in. He'll do that for a little while. He'll just open up and he'll let you collect whatever his item is, and then he'll go back to sleep. So, if you're not sure if it's a mimic or not, always look at the chain next to the chest. Oh, he does spawn. Oh, no, wait. No, he's just stretching. And then, yeah, he goes back to bed. He's like, nope, that's enough for me. Nap time now. But yeah, if you aren't sure if it's a mimic or not, check the chain next to the chest. If the chain is moving towards you, it's a mimic. So then you can grab your Lloyd's Talismans, and you can throw it at the mimic, and he'll give up his item for free without you having to fight him and kill him. Now, mimics aren't that tough. I think this one has like 1,500 or 2,000 HP, so we could probably deal with that, but yeah, I like the Lloyd's Talisman strategy personally, so. Alright, so here's the bloody elevator. You can tell it because it's not a good idea because it's got the blood splatter on it, so just walk towards this wall, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there you go. You got plenty of time to get off of it. We got the covetous gold serpent ring, though, down there. That raises your item discovery rate, so if you're looking for specific items from certain enemies, you can actually equip that, and you'll have a much higher chance of getting them. So now that we got that, we should be in a little bit better shape. I'm going to direct this outside now, just because it's the most convenient place to direct it. If you direct it down there, then it'll still be rolling down there if you go down to try to rescue Logan. If you direct it over here, well, you're just back where you started from. So if you direct it outside, Well, all it does is do that and roll out there, so... Oh, good, and there's a snake lady waiting for me out there. Fun. Whoa, hey, ho, ha! I think I didn't see that. Alright, snake dude. Or is he not until after the next section of traps? I think he's after the next section of traps, if I remember right. Like after these guys. Yeah, this is the one, and this is the tough one because you got to basically run through all of these at the same time, and it's a little trickier than it looks. I'll see if I can do it. There we go. Never mind, that wasn't too bad. Again, watch the arm. These guys you can still parry fairly confidently because if you watch their arm, it's the exact same as it is for any other enemy like them with an arm that's moving a weapon. Just watch when the arm comes forward, and there you go. So, Snake Lady, I'll be back for you in a minute. We got to go up where she is in order to get the key that we need to unlock the shortcut and Logan. So, but over here is a treasure. So, let's go grab this first. And I promise this place won't be nearly as sketchy once we find a bonfire, because we'll actually find the bonfire before we find the... Ah, there's the Man-Serpent Greatsword. Cool. And 2 large Titanite shards. Man, did you follow me down here? I'm sorry, but I'm not into snake women. I won't be able to accept your advances. These snake ladies can drop the flamberge, though, which is a great sword. Kind of similar to the man-serpent, although it's, instead of it being, well, the man-serpent, which is more based on, like, physical damage. Strength, that is. It's more based on dex, and it can inflict bleed. So, I don't know why that... I mean, I guess this one wouldn't inflict bleed because you're basically smashing their bones to pieces with it, but... Yeah, here's the man-serpent greatsword. It's pretty damn good, all things considered. I mean, the mace is +9, so that's why it's better at the moment. But 163 damage at base, and it only goes up. It's got a B scaling and strength at base, and it goes up as you go further. That's pretty great. Got a great moveset because of the greatsword moveset, but yeah, there you go. There's the mace. Excuse me. The Mimic gave us a lightning spear. You'll notice the spear has no scaling. That is because it's not just a lightning spear. It's a spear that's been infused with lightning element. We can't do that currently, but we'll be able to do that later. When you infuse something with lightning, it loses all of its scaling, all of its param bonuses, but it gets a fixed amount of lightning damage in exchange. So it's not bad if you don't have anything great for the upcoming areas, although the enemies here are pretty resistant to it. And then here's the scythe. It's actually a bardish, whatever you call that. It's like an executioner's axe, basically, although I think a bardiche is a little bit different from an executioner's axe. It's kind of heavy, but it's not a bad weapon. It's got halberd moveset, so that's pretty great. Scales with dex, so that's not terrible, but I'll stick with the mace. Sword and board it, like I'm playing Champions Return to Arms. I don't know, did I use a hammer at the end of Champions, or did I use a sword? I know in Champions of Norith, I used a sword and a bow, so I guess fairly similar to what I'm doing here. But it was not me, it was Janae in that one, so. Hello. Again, go hiss at someone else. It's not very nice. Okay, so that's that. Now, oh good, we can see all of the contraptions from here. That's great. I'm gonna wait for one more cycle of these two, then walk through. Stop here. Ish. Walk through again. And then watch, because there's 2 plates. There's 1 plate there, and 1 plate there, and I think they both shoot from that thing. But I guess if you hug the wall, you can just go right around it, so there you go. Alright, so now, that is where the trap is, over there. As you can see the guy moving boulders. But he's not the only one who's about to trap this place. I don't remember if the trap triggers right away if I run through here, but I definitely want to run. Like, there are some items to pick up, but you don't want to pick them up right now. You want to run. And I'll tell you why in just a moment. I'm going to equip my rare ring just in case all of that was for naught. If I get blown up here. I guess that kind of tells you. But there's scorch marks on the ground, so definitely don't, like, stop. Just go here and then fall off. And here's your bonfire. And that sound that you just heard up there is the reason why you didn't want to just walk or, you know, pick up items. Because if you did, whatever that was would have been right on top of you. So that's just fantastic. Let's see. I can put a couple of things away, I guess. Still got a whole bunch of souls just hanging around. Put this stuff away. Put this stuff away. And put away the man-serpent. We've had some pretty good luck, though, with getting some strength weapon drops over this playthrough. Considering, you know, I mean, I don't have the best item discovery rate. I've got a good amount of soft humanity I'm carrying around, but not a ton. So, not doing too bad. And then we got the Black Sorcerer set, right? So that should be in here somewhere. I should probably also put away the Holy set. I'm not going to use that. There it is. We got Hush, but that doesn't count towards the rest of our inventory, so that should be fine. Yeah, we're good there. And then I'll keep the Ring of Steel protection. I'm probably going to keep quite a large amount of rings on me for a little while here because there's a good chunk of them that are useful, so might as well, you know. I could level up here, but we can level up later. We'll, basically, I'm holding souls now so that I can buy items while we're still down here. Like, we're not up in Anor Londo. Once we go up to Anor Londo, it'll be a lot harder to come back down to grab stuff. So since that's the case, I'd rather purchase things while we're down here, and then go up to Anor Londo and level up there. So, right. Again, don't grab anything yet. There's a whole bunch of stuff in the way here, but don't grab anything yet because we got to deal with that, which is a giant, similar to the one that's throwing boulders there, throwing explosive. Well, I don't think they're boulders. They're like gigantic versions of fire bombs, basically. So, is that a boulder knight? Looks like a Baldur Knight. I don't really need anything over there, so I'm just going to leave him to his devices. This is what we're looking for, though, is this, these cages here can be used as a shortcut to get out of here. So, or, well, it's not out of here, but it's kind of out of here. It's like, I don't think the giant can throw stuff over here, if I remember correctly. This giant that I'm talking about, though, that's throwing the fire bombs at you, he doesn't respawn. So if you go kill him, which is what we're going to go do in a second, you can actually just solve that whole problem right away. And then once he's done for and we get the cage key so we can open those cages up and Logan's cage, then we'll go exploring around a little more. And also probably once I go grab all the items that we need. So I'm going to run here because there's a scorch mark here too, so he could definitely blow me up. But instead of blowing me up, let's just go up here and defeat this Baldur crossbowman. You get no Estus, sir. None whatsoever. If you want to beat the boss of the area, you could just go in there because that's the boss of the area right in there. I'm going to guess, based on the fact that this place is a rockin', that the giant is upstairs. So I'm going to go a knockin' for the giant. Hi there. It's unfortunate because I can't really lock on him. Oh god. Okay. Run! So when you see him do like a temper tantrum stomp, he's gonna do like multiple attacks in a row. So he will, however, get tired afterwards and then do this. So. Man. How many of those are you gonna take, big guy? That's how many. Got it. And another Titanite chunk. So that's good. That's, I think, 7. Which might be enough to plus 14 an entire weapon. If I'm on. Oh. Well, hello there. So that's our boss over there. The Iron Golem. We don't have to fight him just yet, though. Because now that the giant's taken care of, let's go get the cage key so we can shortcut this place up. And then we'll go exploring after we go purchase a few things. I forget, is there... I know there's a summon over here if you're human, but is there any items in this tower? In this part of the tower? There's a second... This is like the second floor of the tower. The summon's over here. And the summon can actually solo the Iron Golem for you if you're not real sure about it. So, you know, use that to your advantage if you so choose. But I don't really need to. You know, the funny thing is by the time we actually get the cage key and we go get the soul of a hero, I won't need it anymore to get enough souls to actually, whatchamacallit, to actually buy everything I want to buy because, ooh, a Baronite Knight. I'll just have the 23,000 that we need. What do you think, mace against mace? I feel like that's not a terrible idea. Let me take a drink first, though. So that my throat doesn't feel like it's been maced. You could keep going in that direction of the Baronite Knight there. And I think if I remember right, there's an NPC over there that you can fight. I'm going to go get the cage key first, though, I think. As a matter of fact, before I go get it, let me equip that rare ring of sacrifice again, just in case I do something monumentally stupid here. Like that. Ow. Okay, I'll take the sniper crossbow, though. We actually did want to come down here at some point, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be now or not. Because, well, there's Balder Knights down here. I can deal with them. But there is an item down here that I'd like to grab as well. Can I, yeah, I can get a whatchamacallit on him, but he might have blocked that, and that's why he, like, stumbled there. So, okay. But this is to the right after coming out of that staircase. So, ooh, I thought I did that a little too late. I did not. And that's a one-shot. And there's a Titanite shard. Thank you. Chain's okay. Here's our second stone plate ring. Actually, I guess the ring of steel protection isn't really a stone plate ring, is it? The elemental ones are stone plate rings, and the ring of steel protection is, well, the ring of steel protection. So, but the flame stone plate ring is the other important one. It gives you a bunch of extra, I think it's like 50 extra fire defense or something like that. So it can be pretty nice if you're fighting enemies that can use fire. We aren't currently, but that's because we took care of the giant already. Now we'll come over here. We'll grab this. Large Soul Brave Warrior. So again, lots of soul items around here, so it's pretty easy to grab those and go, you know. More large Titanite shards as well. Do I want to go fight the Baronite Knight? I don't think so, not yet. I'll go in that direction where the Baronite Knight is in just a moment. Well, maybe not just a moment, after I get the cage key, get Logan, and all that stuff. Oop, I did it again. Sorry, I'm not very good at this jump, evidently. But thankfully the giant doesn't respawn, so we can redo this as many times as needed for me to get over there. But across this broken bridge is a merchant and a staircase leading down to the snake lady that could see me over by the rock mechanism there. And if we get down to her, we'll get something important. There we go. That wasn't so bad. Now we do have quite a number of souls just hanging around, so I might be able to buy a few things from this guy. What, not joining your Baronite friends?
What? What? Who are you?
The guy that made the platforming to get over here.
I took on Sen's fortress alone.
Why?
No different from those vile creatures. I was driven by conceit.
Uh-huh.
Different. That you can handle it.
I mean, I don't know.
I remember that feeling. For I was the same.
I'll figure it out.
Let me help you out. With your soul searching.
Okay, sure. Appreciate it. So how did you decide to take on Sen's fortress alone? Did you just wander in here after the gates opened, or?
There's nothing more to say. I'm finished. We're both on the brink, you see.
Oh.
End of story. You bloody fool.
Well, you don't gotta be an asshole about it. Jesus. He sells green blossoms, though, and he actually sells them at the lowest price, as far as I'm aware, of any NPC in the game, at 1,000 souls a piece. So it's kind of a pain to get out here to get them from him, but his prices are pretty well worth it. So he also sells large Titanite shards and green Titanite shards, but I wouldn't buy them from him specifically because, I mean, you can look at this. Andre sells regular Titanite for 800. He's selling these for 4,000 and 5,000. You can get them for a lower price a little later. Not yet, but a little later. He also sells some Baronite equipment. Great sword is really, really good. It's an ultra great sword despite its name. And it has an R2 that's a thrusting attack, and if you get a counter hit with that, it does bonkers damage, dude. So it's absurd how much damage this thing can do on a strength build. Just need 28 strength to wield it as well, so it's not even that bad. We could practically wield it ourselves one-handed right now. Great axe, we got that in the depths. It's okay. Baldur's Shield is actually a pretty solid shield. It's got 100% physical block, 60% fire block, which isn't terrible either. And it has really high stability. It starts at 63, and I believe it gets up to 75 once you plus 15 it. So it's really solid standard shield. I don't think I'll ever need that kind of stability, but it's there if you want it. You could also, I think, get these from Baldur Knights, but I'm not 100% sure about that. With shields, obviously, they need to have a shield to drop it. And then a tower shield. We've seen these on the Baronite Knights. It's heavy. It has lots of stability. So it's pretty good. He sells some arrows as well. I think his feather arrows are actually at a reasonable price. And feather arrows are nice for specifically for our composite bow because they don't drop as quickly as the other arrows. And we have to worry about that with the composite bow. Here's the Katarina set and the steel set, as well as the Baldur set, if you want them, if you want to be an onion. And then the Spell Stoneplate Ring is the other important one that I would say to pick up. It is worth 15,000 souls, though, which is quite a lot, if I'm honest. So I think I might just pick up some Green Blossom and dip. So
Go along, try and make something of yourself. But nothing will come of it. And I should know.
Uh-huh. Well, he's just a ray of sunshine, isn't he? Let's see. This is worth, I want to say 7,000? Maybe 8, actually. 8, and then 18... 21, 24, 26, 28, 30, 31, 32, 33,000 souls just hanging around in our inventory. And then we'll get a soul of a hero over by Logan in about 3 seconds when we go back that way. So that'll be 43,000 souls just lingering in our inventory. So if we do that, we'll just need a couple thousand souls just to hang around in our inventory. So I'm going to buy the Spellstone Plate Ring while I'm here as well.
What is it? Still something you need, eh? Anything at all?
Yes, sir. I'll take that Spellstone Plate Ring off your hands right now. And I don't know if I'll ever be back, honestly. I think 7 Green Blossom will probably carry me through most of the rest of the game.
There you go, another brave soul. But soon you shall see. You and I are no different. Yes, you soon shall see the putrid fates we both share.
Keep telling yourself that, man. In the meantime, enjoy the souls. Sorry I broke your table. That was actually mean of me. Why the hell did I do that? You could buy the Thunderstone Plate Ring from him, by the way, but if I'm honest, there are very few enemies in this game that actually inflict lightning damage, so most of the time I don't feel like it's all that worthwhile. Like, this area has some enemies that inflict lightning damage. Case in point, here's a snake lady out here. But I think in the next area there's a couple of enemies that inflict lightning damage. Maybe just one, honestly. But other than that, no, there's a couple. There's one regular enemy and a boss in the next area. But other than that, I can't think of any other enemies in the game that actually inflict lightning damage. So it's probably more worth it if you're doing PvP, but I'm not nearly as good at parrying the snake ladies. I'm not sure why. Again, it's just a watch the arm thing, but I wasn't sure if that was going to work out. Either way, cage key. I'm going to stand here in case that thing shoots out at me. It is not. So off we go. Thank you, ma'am. Alright, so we got the cage key. So that's our next step. Let's head back. We'll use the cage key to create a shortcut. And then we'll go rescue Logan from his cage. And then, since we've rescued him, he'll actually go back to Firelink Shrine once we rescue him. So I'm sure Griggs will be happy about that. But we'll go back to Firelink Shrine as well so we can go purchase their item while we're there. Well, okay. That was a weird... And I didn't even get the roll when I hit it. Okay. It was a weird jump slash flop. I guess I'll take it. You know, I feel a little bit more, I guess, brave now that I have less souls just hanging around in my inventory. So let's go take on the Baronite Knight. Why not? This mace should deal pretty good damage against him because he's in heavy armor, and strike damage does really well against heavy armor, so... Okay. Probably shouldn't have risked that, but, you know. Probably should have just whacked him again because he was just about dead. I forget if that guy respawns or not. I think he does, and I think he has a pretty decent chance of dropping large Titanite shards for you, so if you need more, you could always just go after him. But, I'm okay. Alright, I want the target shield for this next part because there's an NPC up here. Is this our first NPC to fight? I think so. Let's see. Oh, you want to have an arrow battle, huh? I got an arrow for you. Listen, man, I'm going to approach if you're just going to sit there and fire arrows at me. Ow. So he has a rapier, and he has a little, there's like a pose that he'll do. If you see him kind of pose with his weapon, he's going to try to do a multi-strike attack on you, so definitely parry that. If you don't parry that, you'll probably die. So, but he gives you the rapier when you beat him. Ricard's rapier. So this is why we had the target shield, because, well, we could have blocked all of that, but I don't know. Parrying's more fun. There's some risk and reward there. All right, the chain's okay. Yeah, see how the chain is aiming away from you, like the end of the chain is kind of coiling away from you. With a mimic chest, the end of the chain will actually coil towards you. So, if you're standing in front of it, I should say. So there's a divine blessing, and in here, another rare ring. So now we have 4 potential get out of jail free cards, as long as I remember to equip them. So that's not bad. And we've got more than enough souls now to go get the soul of a hero and then go purchase all of our purchases. So we'll go work on that. I'm trying to think where I want to go next. I got to go get Logan out. But at the same time, I could go back down. Well, I don't know if it's worth it to go down through the fortress or if it's more worth it to just kind of wander back. Like, go use the cage key and then wander back towards it. Because there's a ring that I can go get. I think if I go down through that hole in the jail cell over here. I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. Let's go get Logan out first, actually, and then we'll go down the jail cell. How about that? I would open this one on the left first, personally, because then you can get inside and it'll take you down, and it's farther away from the enemies that are down here, if I remember correctly, so that'll help a little bit. Oh. There's a soul item there. Ground floor! And if you go here, yeah, see, this is the bridge where those snake ladies were firing at me from before. Well, one of them was, anyway. So. Okay. I probably shouldn't have done that, personally. Yeah, see, there's the ones that were firing at me from, I guess, above when I was down there, huh? But I'm not going to risk it because... Actually, I am going to risk going forward from here because I need to go get Logan out. So let's go get Logan out first before I do anything else. And I think the snake lady's going to be shooting at me as well, so I might want to keep my shield up, especially since I have no Estus left. But... probably could have gone. I'll go now. This one. Try to stand. Oh, yeah. Alright. Bye. Oh, she dodged it. That's okay. Take care of the rest of her now. There you go. Alright. Little out of Estus. We did get a divine blessing, though, so... Now you're just being an edgelord. Alright, hang on. Let me take a drink. We did get a divine blessing, though, so if I need it, I could just use it to get my HP back. As a matter of fact, let me equip that while I'm thinking about it, because how often do I actually get to use divine blessings, you know? Not very often, but it fully restores your HP and any statuses that you have, so bleed, poison, toxic, it'll get rid of. I don't know if it gets rid of curse, though, so you might want to be careful of that one. I'm just waiting to see if this guy comes down here now. Doesn't look like it. I just don't want him to walk up behind me while I'm trying to deal with this guy. Now that's a Dark Souls mystery. Don't know how that works, but sure, why not? Alright, got the cage key. So, Logan, you are free, my friend.
Oh, heavens. Thank you. I'm safe.
You're welcome.
And I'd love to resume my travels. But I must log a few things first, and I owe you a favor. I will return to Firelink Shrine.
Alright.
Speak with me there, so that I may impart my sorcery.
Sounds like a plan. I probably, honestly, won't speak to him there because his sorceries are a little above my head. I can learn them because I have 10 intelligence or more. You need to have 10 intelligence or more for him to even consider you for his sorceries, even if you free him. But, yeah, so I don't think I'm going to be learning any of it because it's probably a little too much for my brain. My poor brain can't handle it. I don't have enough intelligence. So... But it's pretty good stuff. Like, you'll be able to get, I think he's the first vendor that sells Homing Soul Mass, which is just as good as it was in Demon Souls, if I'm honest with you. It's pretty great. I'm just wondering where that snake guy went. I know the snake lady's up there, but we don't need to deal with her. Ah, yeah, did you hear that thing cranking up there? That's the stone trap being cranked so that it goes in this direction now. Like it'll come down like that, yeah, in a second, so there you go. Oh, okay, you did decide to come down. Alright, well, I can handle you pretty quickly. You know, it might be tough, actually, now that I think about it, to go and get the other item that I want to get, because I don't have any Estus. But I do have a Divine Blessing, so we should still be okay to do it. We'll see. Oh, you actually died. Nice. Yeah, the trap actually respawned there, so... There you go. Yeah, you hear it grinding up there, so when you hear that grinding sound, that sound, that's the stone trap actually being swapped. So 1, 2, 3 pillars. Here's the broken one. Fall down by it. Ow. Stop that. And let's chug our Divine Blessing, shall we? Because we don't have any Estus to do this fall. Oh, there's a dude down there. There was a dude down there. Don't know if he's still down there. Oh, okay, that wasn't as long of a fall as I thought. Heh, a long fall. And last little item that we should grab for the area. Oh, he fell down there. Okay. Well, you don't have to worry about that. All we need to worry about now is the Slumbering Dragon Crest ring that we just grabbed. So that is the equivalent to the Hush spell. I'm just trying to see which guy that was down there. Yeah, that's the equivalent to the Hush spell. So it will, if you stick it on, it will actually muffle your footsteps. So like this. See, now I've got little things on my feet. And that actually muffles my footsteps so enemies won't hear me. They can still see me, but they can't hear me. So that can be kind of nice. Okay, there we go. Snake guy in here? No, no snake guy in here. All right, but this is where the cage is to get out of here. So all we got to do now is get out of here. So let's go do that. And we got rid of the lady that's up there that can shoot at us, so we should be relatively safe to wander off this way. I almost just got clipped. Which would have been the end of me, but to be fair, my souls are right here, so it wouldn't have been too bad to get them. It would just come down with the cage, so. All right, 2 guys in here. We could probably run past them, honestly. I'm gonna try that. Maybe get them behind me while I do this. One of them blocked it. What kind of voodoo ass? Okay, here they come. Oh, good. I got one of them. I wasn't sure if that was going to parry both of them. You can do that in Demon Souls, but I don't think you can do that in this one. So, I don't have any fire orbs left, though, do I? No. Okay. Well. All right. They're both on death's door. That's good. Oh, okay. He's just dead. Good. Now for you. Goodbye. All right. Sweet. That was a good raid of Sen's Fortress. We came out like a bandit, just like we did in Blighttown. We got a whole bunch of souls. We got a whole bunch of extra materials. I can upgrade the composite bow. I can upgrade the mace to +10. Today was a good day so far. Now we're going to die a whole bunch because I said that, but, you know, you can't win them all, I guess. I should use up those black fire bombs now that I think about it. They're probably not really going to do much for me now that I have pyromancies. So, I could feed him to Frampt, I guess. Just stuff a bomb down his gullet. That sounds like a great idea. Let's see. So, 1, 2, 3,000. Oh, I was looking for the quantities down in the bottom right. I'm like, where'd they go? 3,000, 5, 7, 9,000, 12,000, 15,000, 20,000, 25,000, 33,000, 43,000 souls just hanging around in our inventory. Very nice. Got 6 large Titanite shards, got 7 chunks. So that will put us in good shape. Let's get rid of Ricard's rapier, though. I don't need that. It's a very good dex weapon, though. It ends up with like an S scaling in dex, so it's pretty great. Although I think it's might be slightly better in Dark Souls 2. I could be wrong about that. I've never used it in Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 2, so I couldn't really tell you one way or the other if it's good or bad or in between. So, alright, we won't need any of those, so we can get rid of those right now. Is there anything else I picked up while I was in there? I don't think there's anything else, like, armor-wise that I picked up while I was in there, but I guess I could just go down the thing to see. Yeah, no, nothing else. So we got our stone plate rings. I got a few rings of sacrifice. I'm going to keep the Slumbering Dragon Crest ring in my inventory because it will be useful for sneaking around, especially later once we get another ring that'll actually let us sneak around a little more. But we'll talk about that once we get there. So for now, Andre, I have a weapon that I need you to +10, and then a weapon I need you to +6, and a bunch of other stuff besides that, if possible. Let's repair though while we're here. Just do a little. There we go. Reinforce the mace to +10. And we got a couple of Titanite shards, so maybe we'll start on the Caduceus real quick, just to start working its stability up. At +2, it has 60 stability, so that's not terrible. It's going up about 1 per level. And if you want to, you could just do this with the Spider Shield. It's slightly less stable than the Caduceus Kite Shield, or the Tower Kite Shield for that matter. But it also has the blocking for poison and stuff, so if you would rather not buy something and just use that, then there you go. But, I'll use Caduceus Kite, it's fine. So we need 2, 4, 7 Titanite shards in order to get this to +5. So let's think about that one in a minute. Let's modify the composite bow up, though. So now it's at +6. We can get it +7, we don't have enough large Titanite shards. We need another 1 for +8, 2, 3 to get to +9, 4, 5, 6. So we need a total of 6 large Titanite shards now to get this to +10, and then we'll have to think about 9 more for the Caduceus Kite once we get to that point, but we're not at that point, so instead, let's go buy some arrows, I think. Buy up a few of these, maybe get up to 50, so buy 24, there we go. Buy these, buy like 33 of these, so we can get to 100 of them, so that should be good. And maybe I'll buy up to 100 on the large arrows, actually. There we go, because we've got plenty of souls to throw around at this point, so.
Go and get yourself knight.
And the feather arrows, I'm not going to worry about buying just yet, because I think, even though Crestfallen Merchant sells them, that's the guy in the Baronike, not the Baronike, the steel armor that we talked to that sold us the Green Blossom. He's the Crestfallen Merchant in the game. You've got the Crestfallen Warrior, who's down at the shrine, and then the Crestfallen Merchant, who is that guy. He sells the feather arrows, and he sells them at a reasonable price. I think it's the same price that everybody sells them at, but I think I'm going to wait to purchase them because we can get them from someplace else that's a little more convenient, a little closer to a bonfire. That was 427 I just saw. I mean, it was on a backstab, to be fair, but that's a lot of damage. That's 568. Now we're doing the big numbers. And I mean, again, this is exaggerated because these are hollow warriors from the beginning of the game that were hitting with a +10 weapon, which is kind of crazy. Oh, good, my bench respawned. But, you know, those numbers are pretty good. Alright, so... next port of call is Griggs, because we need to get the Bellowing Dragoncrest ring from him. I need to get to 20,000 souls to do that, so hang on. Let's get off the elevator first. First things first, we'll use this to get to 15,782. Bam, boom. And then this will get us to 20,782 if I use one of these. So let's just do that. There we go. And then maybe if we have any leftover souls, I don't remember how much we need in order to get our pyromancies to, our pyromancy flame to plus 11, but I was going to say maybe we can just use that to get our flame up. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, and also let me check on our stuff here. Okay, so I'm not going to use these greens for anything anymore, so we may as well just grab some. The Caduceus Kite is at plus 2. Was it? Let me see. Yes, plus 2, so we need 2, 4, 7. So I need 2 green Titanite shards. That'll get me 10 regular ones. So if we break those down with Frampt, we will be able to get the Titanite shards to get to plus 5, so that's good. But before we do that, let's go over here, because Griggs and Logan should both be over here now.
Did you see them? The 3 young clerics headed for the catacombs to seek kindling. Kindling is the art of feeding bonfires. The poor young girl sent down into a tomb.
Yeah,
What
it seems
terrible
like a
mission she is burdened with.
kind of a terrible thing for all of them to do, but also I was more concerned with the fact that I figured you'd be more interested in that guy.
Oh, hello again. I was waiting to tell you. Master Logan has returned.
I see
and
that.
He tells me that he has you to thank.
Well,
Well, we are both in your debt now. Thank you, sincerely.
Not
We're
a
just over
problem.
there. Go along and have a chat.
sure, we'll do. I don't remember if he sells the bellowing to you, like, now, or if you have to wait until
Hello
Logan
there.
leaves again.
I was expecting
I think he
you.
leaves shortly
As
after he comes
promised,
in
I
here.
will share my sorceries. I'm afraid that you are unable to learn sorcery.
Ah.
The basic framework, you see, it cannot be taught.
Maybe
So
it's
do not
15
fret.
intelligence.
Life isn't all about sorcery. You will find your own way.
Well,
Don't frown with regret. Peer forward with your head high.
well, you're right about that. I will find my own way. My own way is pyromancy. I don't think he'd want to know that. He'd call me an unintelligent bull.
Oh, hello. I appreciate the attention, but you really should speak to Master Logan. That
I did.
will certainly do you more good.
It did me no good, but thank you for still having your items available, because that will make my life a lot easier, because now I can buy the Bellowing Dragoncrest ring. So there you go. What this does is it says it boosts sorceries, but it also boosts pyromancies by 20%, their power. So if we're ever in a situation where I'd rather use pyromancy to defeat a boss because they're weak to fire or something, I'll equip this in my secondary ring slot and it'll get me 20% more damage, which will be pretty nice. Especially considering we have enough souls to walk down to Quelana and buy my other 2 very powerful pyromancies from her. So those being in my inventory will be very nice. It's actually probably where I should spend my next 2 levels is on attunement to get 1 more slot. The Lingering Dragoncrest ring boosts the effects, the duration of sorceries that are on you for a specific amount of time. So like if you use Fall Control, for example, it's on you for a certain number of seconds, but the Lingering Dragoncrest ring will boost that duration by 50%. So it's another pretty good one if you're going to use buffs. Like if you're going to buff your weapon with Magic Weapon or something like that, it's probably not a bad idea to invest in. But I don't personally need it, so.
All right. That'll do it. That should help you on your journey.
Thanks,
Till we meet
Griggs.
again.
I think that's the last time I'll talk to either of those guys now that I have everything I need from them. Right, Frampt, hold on. Before we go down to Quelana. To use more of the souls that I picked up, to grab Great Fireball and Great Combustion. Let's get some Titanite shards from Frampt.
Is it?
Oh, you know, just the same thing as usual. Giving you Titanite shards that I don't need. Or rather, I do need.
Farewell.
Excuse me, in a different form. Yeah, I think I'll use my next 2 levels on Attunement, actually. Even though I was planning on using them on Vitality. I think I'm going to use them on Attunement instead, because then that'll let me equip all 3 of the powerful Pyromancy spells that I'm planning on kind of keeping in my inventory for the rest of the game. We'll switch, like, one of them out at a time, in certain scenarios where we'll need to equip Cast Light, or we'll need to equip Flash Sweat, or something to that effect, but I'm kind of just planning on keeping 3 damaging Pyromancy spells in my inventory. One of them is Fire Orb, so that's already good to go. But we're going to replace Combustion with Great Combustion, and we'll stick Great Fireball in there as well. And we will have quite a lot of fire damage at our disposal at any given time. So... Alright, but in order to get to Quaylana, we got to go all the way back down to the ruins. I'm going to equip some purple moss clumps while we're going down there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to equip those black fire bombs as well. I might as well use them on the barbarians that are out here. Because, again, where else am I going to use them? Just give them to Frampt for 50 souls apiece? What's 250 souls going to do for me at this point, you know? Like, I might as well just use them for damage. Well... No, I don't feel like going over to Frampt just to feed him 5 bombs. I'll forget by the time we get back. It's like, what's that going to do for me? It's like, well, it'll cover my repair costs, but nah, it's fine. You know, I kind of want to throw it at him, but I also kind of don't because I feel like it'll miss. So I'm going to just, like, overhead it like that. Yeah? Scream at somebody else. See if I can get him to stick with the other guy. Oh good, we got some damage off on both of them. Nice. And again. There we go. See, those came in decently handy. I'll take that exchange. Probably would have gotten poisoned if I had done that the wrong way, but you know. I have purple moss clumps for that. I'll have to feed that to Frampt too. No, we'll think about that later. For now... continue into the dredgery of Blighttown one more time before we go up to Anne Orlando. Man, I don't even need to worry about backstabbing you guys anymore. I'm just, okay, back. Just knock them down. Line them up and we'll knock them down. It's one of the nice things about the regular weapon upgrading in Dark Souls 1. Used to be that regular weapon upgrades weren't quite as good as, say, like an infusion of fire or lightning or something like that, but now that they nerfed fire and lightning pretty hard, like way back at the beginning of this game's life cycle, regular weapon reinforcement with Titanite chunks and stuff is quite a bit better than it used to be. So, I'm down for it. Not down for this, though. Oh. Well, all right then. Yeah, I don't really want any of what you guys are selling, so goodbye. I'm getting out of here. I will leave you to your devices and just continue on my merry way. I'm just gonna do this so that they don't chase me so much. Was that a platform? It was. Okay, good. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered if it wasn't. I would have just died and come back down here, but you know, I'd prefer to not, I guess. If possible. Alright, so they're probably still chasing me down, the mosquitoes, but I can unspawn them, despawn them with the bonfire down here, so we don't have to deal with them anyway, or some of them, while dealing with, oh, right, I don't have the rusted iron ring on. I'll put that on in a second. What do I have on? Wolf ring? Yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess I could just look at my statuses if I'm not sure what I have on, huh? Alright, so we'll stay here for a second so we can pop the souls that we have, and then we'll go from there. So we need another 25,000 in order to get all the things that we need. So that's a good start. It's 5,000 more. I only need 10,000 more now, which would be, these would be 6, and then 2 of those would be 8, 10. Right? Yeah, there's 6. And then 2 of these. There we are. So now we got over 25,000. Let's grab our rusted iron ring. So we can go to Quaylana. And go from there. Oh yeah, I gotta beat this guy over here first before I beat the mosquitoes. You know, I feel like when we fight a boss, I'm going to be missing the jump attack from the Reinforced Club, but honestly, I don't know. at this point, I don't really miss it all that much. It's kind of fine. You know, I'll just make do. Make do without it. Alright, I think Quilana is behind me now. I'm gonna deal with this guy so he's get on top of me. I think she's around this pillar here. But we've got company, so just deal with them real quick. Hopefully they don't attack me while Quilana's here. That would be a shame.
There you are.
Hello, new
I was
pyromancy teacher.
expecting you. Let us begin.
I hope I don't get hit with a boulder or something while I'm doing this. What do we need to get this? 14,000? Okay, we can't do that just in the moment, but we can buy Great Fireball, and we can buy Great Combustion while we're here. Perfect. Thank you, teacher. Any news?
Pyromancy is the art of invoking and manipulating fire.
I feel like she told me
But
this
remember
already.
one thing. Always fear the flame, lest you be devoured by it and lose yourself. I would hate to see that happen again.
It happened once before? Well, I don't want to pry.
Now go. Whatever you do, do not crack and go hollow, lest my time spent on you be wasted.
And to be fair, that'd be a lot of souls to be wasted as well, because, you know, I spent 25,000 souls on some damage. I would hope it would be worth it. Alright, back up we go. And since I rested at the bonfire, I can't use a homeward bone, unfortunately, to get out of here, which I guess would have made it a lot faster, but, you know, it's fine. Oh, you know, I did the thing that I said I shouldn't do, that everybody also shouldn't do. I used an Estus before using a purple moss clump. Oh, well. So that's what you don't want to do. I have demonstrated for you that you don't want to do that. Alright. Get up out of here. Go fight the boss of Sen's Fortress. And then we can finally head to the lands above, where we will promptly not get to the boss today. Well, the boss of the lands above, but you never know. I might be able to call an audible on that with the items that we have available to us. We shall see. Most likely it won't be the boss that everybody's thinking of, though, because there's one boss that everybody thinks of when they think of Anne Orlando. So, kind of want to check how many souls we've got sitting in my inventory again now. I think if it's a regular Proud Knight soul, that's 2,000, and then we had 3 nameless ones, so that's 5,000, which would not be enough to get us a level up at this point, unfortunately. But with the spare souls we just kind of have sitting around, we'll be able to do all of the upgrading with Andre, so I don't know why I'm bothering. I don't need to wait for you to backstab you anymore. I'll just get rid of you. Would it be funny if we got another large club from these guys? Definitely wouldn't need it, but you know, I think it'd be pretty funny. I do wonder if I could parry these guys, but I don't think I want to find out the hard way. Oh god, okay. Man, I got lucky there. That's not what I wanted to do. Dude. When I say roll, I mean roll. Ow. Okay, this is getting stupid. Let's go this way. Create some distance real quick and then do that. There we go. Maybe switch to a little pyromancy while he's running towards me. Since this is not the correct one. This is not the one that was more damaged a minute ago. Alright. Now. Let you do your thing. That's what I wanted to do. There we go. And then one for you. Alright. Well, only one of you dropped anything. I'll have another regular purple. Not a blooming. Bloomings are a little more rare. But we've got like 8 more purples, so shouldn't need that many for the rest of the game. There's only a few instances of poison outside of Blighttown anyway, so we shouldn't really need to go through all of those. I mean, you never know, but at the same time, not likely. I think if I remember right, one of the bosses in the DLC can poison you, but I think it's only with a specific attack, so it's usually not a problem that you have to deal with very often, because like like, he has a tail attack, if I remember correctly, that he can use, and if it hits you, I think it builds up poison or toxic or something like that, so. I think. I could be just talking out of my ass, if I'm honest, but I don't know. I don't really... I think if I remember correctly, that attack that he uses with his tail is pretty rare anyway. Like, you have to kind of be behind him in order to do it, and he usually doesn't let you get behind him very easily. So I don't know if we'll ever see that attack. Probably not, if I had to guess, but, you know, I guess anything's possible. Alright, anything we grabbed? I guess the dung pies, which I can feed to Frampt without really needing to do anything else, so we'll just do that in a minute. Alright, so we got 5,000 souls just hanging around, 10 regular Titanite shards. And I don't think I got anything else in this department, so we won't worry about that. Do I want to attune? I might want to attune Great... yeah, I definitely want to attune at least Great Combustion. Now, you only have half the uses of regular combustion with this, but oftentimes you don't need all of the uses in order to get your mileage out of it. So, now, Great Fireball, you only get 4 casts as well, which is a little bit less than what you might want, but... you know what I'll do? Is I'll do Fire Orb and Great Fireball to give me a little bit of... damage from a little farther away. A little more damage than I would do with a regular old arrow shot. So. Alright, so let's feed you the gross stuff, literal shit that I just grabbed, because I have no chill when it comes to that stuff, apparently. And I don't think there's anything else I need to feed you for now, so... I mean, I guess I could feed you these sniper bolts and never use them, so I may as well. And I think everything else we've already only got 1 copy of each, so.
Farewell.
Alright, +5 the Caduceus, Kite Shield, and then head back into Sens. We'll go from there. I wonder when they're going to head for the catacombs. The Cleric Lady and Petrus and all them. They usually leave by now for me, but usually that's because I speak to them more often, but I just have no reason to speak to them on this playthrough. I did on the previous playthrough because I had to get Force from Petrus, but we're not using Force in this playthrough. I guess you could have used it in Sen's Fortress a little bit, though, because what it does is it pushes enemies away from you without dealing any damage to them. So you can kind of use that to push the enemies off of the small ledges that are in Sen's itself, like the snake people. You can push them off and then they'll fall off a cliff and potentially die. Sometimes they won't, though. I don't remember, excuse me, if they can use ladders, though. That'd be kind of funny, but I don't remember if they can or they can't. If they can, then they would, you know, climb up after you, but I don't think they can. So. Alright. I don't think... Okay, yeah, other than the +5, I don't think we have anything else for Andre to do for us right now. I mean, I guess I could +6 the shield because I have 1 spare large Titanite, but well, I'm not worried about that, personally, so... It's just +3, +4, and +5. Perfect. Alright, so that's that. Now we could Twinkling Titanite the Crest Shield, but it's very expensive compared to other things. Twinkling Titanite takes 2,000 souls per upgrade, so that would be 10,000 to get that to +5. It's... Yeah, actually I was going to say probably less than some weapons are total, because like if I did the large club, that's 800 per level, and you got to level that up 14, 15 times total. So that's a lot, and it would definitely take more. But in the case of these ones, where it's like 200 souls a piece to level them up, yeah, no, that's not going to break the bank. It'll be less than the Crest Shield overall, so. Any repairs I need to make? Yeah, just a few. Alright, there we go.
Don't get yourself killed.
Oh, and I think I'm going to try to use up... I know I just bought a bunch of wooden arrows, but I'm trying to use them up because the next vendor that we're going to come across actually sells feather arrows, if I remember correctly. And I'll probably just equip those instead of the wooden ones, because that way I can get some decent damage out of them. Usually the wooden ones are just kind of there to pepper an enemy with, like, to draw their aggro, so... But we can use feather arrows for that purpose. And they'll still deal decent damage because even though the composite bow is low range, those will fly straighter, so they won't drop off as quickly. Actually, let me back that up a little bit. I don't think that even though they don't fall as quickly, I think the damage still drops off with feather arrows because the composite bow has shorter range than regular bows, other bows that you could get, like the longbow or something like that. I think its damage still drops off. I just don't think that it drops off in terms of its, like... Hang on, make sure he dies. There we go. I just don't think that it falls off in terms of the location of the arrows when you fire them. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Oh, okay, definitely don't want that. The arrows will fly straighter, but they'll still deal less damage if you go outside of the range of the composite bow. That makes more sense. There we go. We'll be able to solve that problem in the next area too, though, so don't worry about that too much. We'll figure that one out. So, I always go through here with my shield up, just in case the snake ladies decide to start peppering me with lightning spells. So, like that. Shouldn't be a huge deal, though. Get off my cloud. It's a good thing I didn't do like a bare-fisted attack against that guy. Oh, I guess he's gonna come for a ride with me. Because if you do bare-fisted riposte attacks, they kind of push you back a little bit, and in a place like this, that could just knock you right off the edge. So, gotta be a little careful. I've got 10 Estus. I kind of don't really want to use up the. I'm gonna stick the Chloranthy ring on. I kind of don't want to use up the, like, go to the bonfire and then respawn everything, so I think I might, instead of that, I might just equip Grass Crest, and then we'll just go straight for the boss from here. I mean, I don't see why not. Only enemy that's in the way of this is the crossbow guy that's up here. I probably should have kept Caduceus Kite, actually, for the crossbow guy, so that I could just block his attack, but... ah, well. It's fine. Yeah, see? Not a problem. Oh, thanks for the Titanite Shard and Balder Armor, though. That was nice of you. Alright, let me take a drink, and then we'll fight the boss. Who is in heavy armor, and by in heavy armor, I mean is literally heavy armor. I'm pretty sure it's just heavy armor possessed, but I could be wrong about that. Actually, it's a golem, so, like, it's heavy armor brought to life. So we'll fight him. We'll see what he's got, but since he's armored, this is the mace deals strike damage, so it should deal good damage to him. Probably not going to be able to block a lot of his attacks, though, so I'm just going to two-man this thing and just walk forward. He has a wind beam attack that he can use, but I don't know. I don't ever get hit by it, so I think it just gets hit, like, hits on the scenery, basically. If you do 400 damage to him, he'll stumble, and then if you deal 200 more damage to him, he'll fall. He can fall off of this bridge, but, well, we didn't have that kind of luck. He'll probably be dead before he gets back up, though. I don't think I'll get him on this swing, yeah. Goodbye. See what I mean, though? This mace rips through armor like it's no business. It's pretty great, if you ask me. Alright, Iron Golem defeated, plus 10 weapons, so that makes it short work of him. 40,000 souls for defeating him, which will come in very handy for the level ups that we're going to get in just a few minutes. And we've found a Krispy Kreme donut? Okay. Wasn't much of a boss fight, if you ask me. Where's the real challenge at? I was promised a challenge. Oh. Okay. You know, you should have... Maybe you could take me out to dinner first before you just take me to second base right away? Maybe they're taking me to the real challenge. Or maybe they're taking me to... Disney World! The happiest place on Earth. Well, it probably used to be, but... I don't know. Looks a little empty now. But there's only one way to find out if that's true or not. And that's move forward. Alright, we're in Orlando now. If you're going to search for information on Anor Londo on Google, just don't get the R and the L mixed up, or you'll probably end up on an FBI list somewhere. Just food for thought. I know I'm carrying 45,000 souls around, and we haven't found a bonfire, but, well, that guy doesn't seem real interested in much of anything. He is alive, he's moving, but we don't have to fight him. Or them, for that matter, until we find the bonfire. So, don't worry about it. Just walk right past him. Looks like a lighthouse on the hill. We'll figure out these giant armored guys later. For now, let's go find a bonfire. And as it turns out, there's one down here. It's pretty well lit, too. There must be a firekeeper in the area. Ah, yes, that makes sense. You don't mind if I use this, do you?
Well, you are a rare visitor. Welcome to the lost city of Anor Londo, chosen undead.
I really wish
Seek
everyone would
Lord
stop calling me
Grimsor
that.
Keep. Exit here and head straight yonder.
So not
If you
left
are
and
the
not
chosen
right.
one,
Got it.
A revelation shall visit thee. What follows thereafter depends upon you.
Okay, appreciate the directions. So this is a firekeeper. If you have a soul, firekeeper soul, she can reinforce the Estus flask for you.
What is it? What am I? Well, I am the keeper of the bonfire. If not for me, what beacon would there be in this lost city?
I mean, the sun is a good beacon.
Gatekeeper and a guide. That is my calling.
Sure. The last guy that leaned on a wall that I saw, though, was not a gatekeeper nor a guide, so you'll forgive me for being a little cautious. Anyway, so we can rest here now. So let's do that. Level up our attunement, level up our vitality, and we definitely have enough souls just hanging out in our inventory to level up one more time, so let's do that too. But first, let's attune our spells. So we have our 2 orb spells, our Fire Orb, our Great Fireball. Let's attune Great Combustion. And those are our 3 damaging spells that we'll probably have in there for some time now. So that's pretty good. We'll end up with 22 vitality at level 50, and level 50 is about where I like to be for the boss of this area. We might be a little higher level than that, though, because I've bought, I think, pretty much everything that I want to buy for the remainder of the game at this point. So I don't think we'll have to worry about that too much. The core of the Iron Golem, by the way, is the first boss soul that you don't have to feed to Framt. You actually get more for popping it yourself than you do for giving it to Framt, so. And I mean, that makes sense, right? Like, he's all the way down there. In order for you to get back, you have to go all the way through Sen's Fortress and then all the way out of the Undead Parish, so it's probably better that it's not like that. You can make the Golem's axe from this as well, by the way, but you have to wait till the end of Anor Londo to find the correct blacksmith to do that. But I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of the Golem axe. It's got the wind beam attack, so that's kind of cool. But I'm not really keen on it. All right, so this is 2, 3, 4, 5. We might not have enough without the core. I mean, I know how to fix that. I can just go defeat the giants that are out there, and that'll get me enough. And then I can hold on to all of those souls. And wait until a little later. So let's go deal with some guys over here, these giant guys. Excuse me. I'm probably not gonna equip, like I might keep Chloranthe and Grass Crest on for a little while here because we don't need the Wolf Ring. These guys are gonna break through my poise anyway, even if I have the Wolf Ring on, so that seems silly. And, yeah, I don't know. I feel like we can just handle them by just two-handing this thing and then whacking their armor in the face. Walk through this guy's legs and he'll start tripping out. So, oh good, 2 hits to stagger them, 3 hits to dead. Yeah, this mace is pretty good, but they give 1,500 souls for beating them, which is quite a lot. So, yeah, definitely take advantage of these guys being here. They'll respawn as well, so like, yeah, don't sleep on them. They're pretty great. Especially since if you're like me and you've got a hammer, you can kill them just that quickly without very much fuss at all. So, also just walk right through their legs. Now, their shield will block your attacks if you, yeah, do that basically. Like if they bring the shield around, it'll block your attacks. So just keep that in mind. But it's not a big deal. I'm gonna let him do. I think he does a heal or something if you let him. Oh my god. If you let him go away a little bit, but He didn't do the heal. He just decided he wanted to jump back for no reason and then do his other whatever the hell he was doing there, so. Huh. Who's that guy? He looks important. Check the chest. Chain moving away, so this one's good. Some Demon Titanite. Cool. By the way, Demon Titanite is used to reinforce boss weapons, so if you're trying to make a boss weapon, hold on to some of that stuff because it will be pretty useful to you in the near future. Like by the end of this area, it'll be very useful to you. So, there you go. I'm going to go up this way as well. There's a few more knights to deal with. Nothing particularly substantial here, but I may as well go this way just so we can take care of them, grab the loot, and then I'll show you. We're actually blocked off from going to the lighthouse on the hill up there, unfortunately, but, well, I'll show you why that is in a minute. There's some chests over there, but let's deal with this guy first since he's by himself. Hi there. What, won't let a brother go through your codpiece? It's not very neighborly of you. Bye. I've had playthroughs where those guys take a lot more hits to kill than 3. This is pretty great. Having a strike weapon for this area is going to be handy. Let me tell you what. All right, come on, square up. Oh my god. Okay, I can't believe I got away from that. Okay. Yep. Hit his shield. Yeah, so if it ricochets off the shield, you get no damage, so just keep that in mind. I think these guys can drop Titanite chunks for you, though, if you get lucky. I might equip the Covetous Gold to see if we can get that, but we'll see. What, do you want a fireball instead? I'll give you a fireball. Here you go. Oh, hit the shield. Okay, that's fine. You have messed up, sir. Goodbye. Ooh, that was an off-balance hit. Nice. Yeah, I think they can drop Titanite chunks for you as well. Huh. He looks important, too. I kind of don't want to be staring at him at this angle, though. Not my favorite thing I've ever looked at. Some twinkling Titanite. Ah! Yeah, see how the chain's a little different? So here's a direct comparison for you. Chain moving away from you. At the very tip of the chain, it's going that way. Here, chain is moving towards you. The end is sticking out this way. So that means we get our Lloyds out. Thank you, Saint Lloyd. I don't think he's a saint, actually, but I can get a crystal halberd out of this guy. That's kind of nice. If you don't have good damage around here, that crystal halberd is going to be your bread and butter in this area because it is a crystal version of the regular halberd that we picked up in whatchamacallit, the Undead Parish. It might not work through the whole area because here's the thing, it only has 20 durability compared to the 200 it normally has, if I remember right. So you can only use it for a certain period of time, probably the entirety of your stay in Orlando. But well, actually, once you find the blacksmith in this area, he can reinforce this to a Crystal Halberd +1, and every time you reinforce something, it actually refreshes its durability all the way to full. So it can be pretty great, though. It's got thrusting attacks, which can be used for counter hits, and that can be pretty nice. So it's probably not the best damage type to be using against heavy armored enemies. I mean, I've got that in my hand, but, you know, it will deal the damage, that's for sure. Now, if you wanted to go up the hill to the lighthouse, well, there's this golden fog gate here, and unlike the regular fog gates, this one will block you out of passage, sealed by the Great Lord's power. So until we get the power of, I would imagine, Gwyn being the Great Lord, unless they're talking about Gwendolyn, which, I mean, I guess is possible. It depends on how self-centered Gwendolyn is. Maybe we can figure that part out. Maybe I can get some information from the Firekeeper. I forget if I have to wear the ring in order for her to say something about it, but I guess we could try. I don't see why not. Let's go see. Just wear it in her vicinity and see if she says anything about it. I feel like she has extra dialogue if you wear it near her, but I could be wrong about that. Not near her, but like if you talk to her while you're wearing it. I feel like she'll say something, but I don't know. It's been a while,
You've survived. Impressive.
I mean, it was
If
just
you
a few
require
nights.
rest, now is the time. That is, after all, what the bonfire is for.
Right. Know anything about this?
The bonfires attended by the keepers are special. They are linked to one another, and their flames never die. Yet never shall the keepers of these flames meet.
Unless they're in soul form, right? In which case you can reinforce, because remember, it's a firekeeper's soul. That means it's the soul of a firekeeper, so a firekeeper died to give you that.
If you require rest, that is...
Okay, she doesn't say anything. I thought she said something, but maybe that's, like, later. So, the Dark Moon Seance Ring gives you 1 additional attunement slot, though, so if you want to stick something else there, you could do that, but I'm not going to leave it equipped for long enough for that to really be something we can take advantage of, so we're just going to take it off in a minute anyway, so. Alright, there's our level. 20 vitality. That'll come in handy. I probably should have brought... I don't need the repair box. I was going to say maybe I could have brought the repair box with me, but by the time I actually need to repair my weapons, we'll be fine because we'll have gotten to the next blacksmith. So it's probably why they stuck the blacksmith in this area as well, not just to, like, you know, give you another blacksmith that you could work with, but also so that way if you needed a blacksmith because your weapon durability was running low, you could fix your weapons. So I don't know, I really actually dig the way that Dark Souls 1 has its layout for the first half of the game. Like, I think it's really well designed in the first half. The second half is, I don't know, I think it's a little less well designed, but I don't think it's bad. Like, a lot of people will say, yeah, no, the second half is where the game falls off, but I don't know, I don't really find it to be that way. Like, the areas are difficult to deal with, but honestly, the second half of the game kind of, like... It's funny, if I had more time, I was thinking about doing this thing where I made, like, this... It really reminds me of Mega Man X bosses. I know that sounds weird, but that's what it reminds me of, because then you basically get to pick a stage out of 4 after you're done with Anne Orlando. And you go to that stage and you beat it, and then you go to the next one. So it really reminds me of, like, stages in Mega Man games for some reason, and if I had more time, I was going to make, like, a stage select screen for all of the bosses that you fight at the end of it, and just, like, at the beginning of the stream, just play, like, that with the stage select theme over top of it. I don't know. I think it would have been funny, but I also don't think I have the talent to make something like that, so, you know. Oh, good, a rematch against the Gargoyles. I love that. Come down here so I can whack you in the face. Ow. Well, went a little crazy there. Oh, good, you still stagger in 2 hits. Didn't have any stamina, but that works out, I guess. I was gonna say, can I whack your tail? Nope. It's okay, though. Don't need to. Ah, I got the halberd anyway. Awesome. The Gargoyle's halberd is... I don't know, it's not a great weapon, I don't think, in terms of, like... Well, okay, so here's how it works. So it's a halberd weapon, which is pretty good all around. It has very poor parameter bonuses, though. I don't think it ever gets above a D for its parameter bonuses. It takes really well to infusions, though. So, like, if you infuse it with fire or lightning, it's really powerful, especially at its highest level. And it inflicts regular damage, which is actually rare for a halberd. So... that's pretty good. Sunset Cabin, thank you for the raid. Appreciate that. Welcome to the Raiders. We are in Anne Orlando just now, and I got a Gargoyle's Halberd drop. I'm just explaining how it all works. So, like, the Crystal Halberd, it inflicts regular damage, but it also inflicts thrust damage, so often the other ones have some form of non-regular damage, but the Gargoyle's Halberd, by comparison, is just regular physical damage. So, I don't know, sometimes that can be kind of nice. It's, then you don't have to deal with resistances that the enemies have, so that's kind of good. Okay, before we go, we took care of that guy, but that little section there is going to block us from getting any further, so let's go explore down here. Because, well, this is a place that was made for giants, which means that all of us walking around down here are like little ants, so we get to explore all the nooks and crannies that were probably just there for floor decoration previously, including this part. More Demon Titanite. I forget how much we have total, honestly, now. I'm not going to use it, because I'm not going to use a boss weapon, but yeah, I forget how much we have total. Probably a good chunk, though. honestly. I forget what's up here. I'm gonna go see what's up here first. The way that we're supposed to go is actually down there. It's kind of a bizarre way to go, but we'll see it in a minute. Oh, okay, so you could go down there to get the Demon Titanite if you wanted to. Alright, and this will just bring me back around to the steps. Okay, so. Now the real question, again, if the bridge is out, how do I get across the bridge? Well, the answer is you don't get across the bridge. You have to go around. And, well, if you look, hang on. I don't know if we'll be able to see it from here because the draw distance might, nope, no, hang on. Hang on, okay, so see how the windows reflect the light over there and that window that's right up there? Pay attention to this window over here. Yeah, see how we can see through that one section over there? That is not a graphical glitch. That window is open, which means if we were to go up there, we could get into that building and go across that building all the way to the top of that bridge, which is connected up there. If we could get to that door, we could get on the bridge and then, I don't know, try to figure out how to get it down from there. There's probably some sort of mechanism if it's anything like Sen's Fortress. But the real question is, how do we get up there? And the answer, well, if you're afraid of heights, you're not going to like it. You see this thing that looks like you can't walk on it because it looks like it has less polygons than everything else? Yeah, you can walk on it. It's a little precarious. Just a bit. Alright, anyway. In order to get down to that platform, though, we're going to have to make a little jump, so... There we go. Nice and easy. Just jump at the windows. You'll just kind of bang your head on them and not go forward. Squeeze in there. Oh, hello there. Can I help you, sir? Okay, sure. Why not? You gonna drink again? No? Alright then. Oh, he's got friends. And his friend has combos. Fancy knives you've got there. I could probably target shield them, but... Meh, they don't have a lot of HP, so... Might as well just let them go. There's an item on the chandelier there. Also, a ton of those guys down there. 1, 2... I guess 2. That's what I can see from here, anyway. Alright, and speaking of afraid of heights, I really hope you're not afraid of heights, because if you are, welcome to the rafters. The rafters are, well, I mean, you can see it. They're high up. They're precarious, narrow ledges. And you can very easily fall off of these if you're not careful, so be careful. Oh, and there's painting guardians. That's what the guys in the white hoods are called, painting guardians. Because they guard a painting. We haven't seen the painting yet, though. We'll see the painting in a little bit. But yeah, they can, you know, wander over. Just whack them upside the head. And I mean, 2 hits with the mason were good, but... If you're doing a dex build, they might drop their sword for you. And their swords are apparently, like, really meta in terms of the damage they can deal. I think they have, like, one of the highest DPSs in the game, if not the highest, with infusions. Or not infusions, but, like, one of the weapon buffs. Well, anyway, we knocked down the chandelier. I know it didn't make much noise, but we did, in fact, do that. So, we can go get the item later on, once we get out of here. So that's cool. If I don't fall off first, which is distinctly possible. Oh good, he's going to throw knives at me instead of come over here. I can do this all day. I mean, he would make me, and then we'd just be wasting time, so... I was gonna say, you okay there, man? You paused for a minute, like your brain stopped. Whoop, there it goes. Tung! Yep, my brain stopped. I guess that could knock you off as well. Speaking of which, see ya! Another statue. She looks important, too. She's also got a larger statue. And I can think of 2 reasons why they'd make a larger statue of her. But she's probably more important than some of the other statues we've seen, and that's probably why her statue is larger. Oh, good, another painting guardian. Come on. can't wait here all day, man. What, you're not going to come up? Of course not. I was going to do a plunging attack on him, but I don't think he's going to give me the pleasure. So since he won't, I'll just do this. Bye. Frightening and nice, yeah. Definitely not a place you want to go if you're afraid of heights. So, I think if I remember right, no, it's not here. I think it's up there. There's like a staircase on the other side there that you can go up and then like roll down towards that statue. But I mean, I don't know why you'd want to do that. There's a chest over there. I guess that's why you'd want to do that, isn't it? I don't actually remember how you get to that chest now that I think. Well, no, I guess you could go back up the ladder and go over there and get to it. I don't know if I want to. I'm not sure if there's anything in it that I care about, but I guess my curiosity might get the better of me here, if I'm quite honest. Yeah, so this is where you'd drop down there and then drop down over there, and then you could, I guess, do it again. I don't know. I haven't done this in a while, so I guess we'll find out. Ow. Pardon me, ma'am. Okay. Probably a painting guardian over here, too. Because why wouldn't there be? Ah. Hello. Ow. Go ahead, lore walk at me. See how far it gets you. Oh, yeah. Pyromancy's pretty good. Alright. Nothing over there. What about here? Is it moving towards me? Nope. Chain's moving away, so we're good. What's in here? Another divine blessing. You know, that actually makes sense. The lady that's depicted in this relief that's above me here is actually, I think if I remember correctly, she's the one that invented divine blessings in the lore. I could be misremembering that, but I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Unless I'm just thinking of Dark Souls 3, where the divine blessings explicitly reference her. But, I don't know, I could be wrong. So, either way. Oh yeah, did we get a new follower? I think we got a new follower when you guys raided as well. Nurse Null, thank you for following. I appreciate that. Welcome. Glad you're here. Yeah, so this lever here, if this bridge was down, you could use that lever to bring it back up. But it's not down at the moment, so let's fix that, shall we? Where does this lead, though? Because there's stairs here. I want to see where this leads when I'm not... when it is all the way up. I don't think it leads anywhere, but it might, so it's worth it to check, I guess. Probably nowhere, though, if I'm honest. Anything over here? No? Okay. And that leads absolutely nowhere. To death. That's where that leads. So we will not, what the hell was that? You see that? Oh. Some kind of shadow. Oh. I see the problem. Oh, do ya? Can I get this up there? Not quite. Okay. So I guess you can't come over here yet now, can you? Huh. Well, how about that? I found a use for those wooden arrows after all. We love seeing buggy AI paths. Yep. Yes, we do. Is it worth it to do this? No, probably not. But, I don't know. We already fought these guys legit, so, like... And I need to get rid of these wooden arrows anyway so I can make room for feather ones, so... I'm okay with this. See if he drops anything for me. Get another gargoyle helm while I'm at it, right? He's really trying, though. I give him credit. But he can't quite make it. Okay. What you'd normally have to do is normally you'd have to fight that guy if you turn the bridge. Just like the first guy that we fought on our way down here, you'd fight him on a little narrow platform. Although the narrow platform you'd fight that guy on doesn't have railings on it, so you'd have to be a little more careful. But, we got him. So, it's all good. When you're turning this, you always go... Like, if you're coming up the stairs, go to the side that's near the stairs that you just came up. That's how you always turn it, basically, counterclockwise. So. Get cheesed on, you foul, fiendish fly fuck. Yeah, he didn't stand a chance. Composite bow, just breaking him up. Composite bow plus pathing issue. I mean, if you ask me, it was more like a skill issue. Am I right, boys? Anyway, I'm done being stupid. Well, that's not true. I'm done making stupid comments like that for now. Let's see what's down here this time. I think this might lead to the floor area of the, like, underneath where the rafters were. So, yeah, for now. Exactly. For now, not for later. For now. Yeah, so there's a couple of items down here that we can pick up, so I guess... Do I want to do this first? Ow. Well, now I kind of want to at least defeat you. Because I'm bothered with whacking me upside the head while I'm sightseeing. Not very tourist attraction-y of you. Ah, throwing knives. Thanks. I don't think I'm going to do that first, actually. I think I'm going to go down, because there's the next thing that I wanted to do... Well, I could do one of two things while I'm here. I could either go in that room, or I could go further down. The item that was in the chandelier, by the way, does not despawn, so if you rest at a bonfire or anything like that, don't worry about it. It won't make a difference. But if you push this lever again, you can actually make the bridge go even further down than it currently is. And there's something interesting down there. Let's take a look. I don't know if it's a good idea to be going and doing this now, but we do have the item that we need to go do it, so... We're going to go find out if this is a good idea or not. Oh, okay. Yeah, so now this leads to the underneath part, the actual building underneath the rafters. But if you go down here again... I know, we've gone down here 3 times, and so far it's only really led to one cheese method and one dude throwing a knife at my head. But I promise all this cardio will be worth it. Go down here, and there's another bonfire. And a statue of another important person, by the look of it. They made a lot of reliefs, apparently, in this area. Oh, this one isn't lit. Okay, fair enough. I'll light it. But what's a bonfire doing all by its lonesome down here? That's the real question. You know, I might reverse hollowing and kindle, actually. Because this one having 10 would be kind of worth it as well. I know, there's a firekeeper right up there, and that one has 10, but just trust me on this one. So now this one will give us 10 Estus if we rest at it, so that's good. Do we have enough to level up? If I get another 4,000 even, 3,000, and then we'll have enough to level up. And I think we had a couple of souls, so let's use them. Proud Knight. Okay, just use all 3 of these. Excuse me, I think we'll be just short, actually, now that I look at that. Yep, we're going to be like 70 short, so Proud Knight soul it is. Bing bong, now we're good. Okay, I don't need intelligence yet. I'd like to get intelligence to 14 once we're done with this area, because then it'll let me use Cast Light. Because the first area that I want to go to after we beat this area, because we'll have a choice. The first area that well, actually not the first area. The first area I'd like to complete after this one is the place where Cast Light will actually come in handy. So we need 14 intelligence to use that, but... we don't need that just yet, so let's just keep leveling Vitality for a little bit, because why not? We'll get enough souls, from what I understand, just running around in here and from the boss of this area to get our intelligence to 14, so don't worry about it too much, if you're not quite there yourself. Ring of the Sun's Firstborn. I'm gonna guess that's Gwyn, because... I mean, his stuff is made of gold and bronze. Like, those are pretty important. Well, actually, that's copper, not even bronze, copper, and gold. So, those are pretty important stuff. Pretty expensive materials. Lord Gwyn's Firstborn, who inherited the sunlight, once wore this ancient ring. Boosts the strength of miracles. So this is kind of the equivalent to the Bellowing Dragon Crest ring, except for miracles it works. So, Lord Gwyn's Firstborn was a god of war, but his foolishness led to a loss of the annals and rescinding of his deific status. Today, even his name is not known. So there you go. If you remember from my Dark Souls 3 playthrough, like, what, 6 years ago now for the stream? 6.5, I think. The nameless king that we fought in that game is actually Gwyn's firstborn son. So there you go. That's the callback. That's the reference they were making. But that's not the ring that we want to wear while we're here. The one we want to wear while we're here has to do with Gwyn's last-born son. I don't know how you're supposed to know this, honestly, but I guess since this is the first-born son's ring, you could look at the last-born son's ring and be like, hey, maybe there's something for this too, but wear it. Okay, that's not wearing it. Hang on. Try that again. Wear it. Yeah, and the statue will fade away. As we walk on the grave, let's see what's down here.
Halt! This is the tomb of the great Lord Gwyn. Tarnished it shall not be by the feet of men. If thou art a true disciple of the Dark Sun, cast aside thine ire. Hear the voice of mine self, Gwyndolin, and kneel before me.
But will kneeling before you unseal that fog gate up there? I really want to see that lighthouse, man. I don't think you understand how badly I want to see that lighthouse. I am willing to do terrible things to see that lighthouse. But do we kneel? Well, let's hear him out. How about that? Let's hear him out before I do terrible things.
O disciple of the Dark Sun, thou hast journeyed far. Hear my voice. If thou shalt swear by the covenant to become a shadow of Father Gwyn and Sister Guinevere, a blade that shall hunt the foes of our lords, then I shalt protect thee, safeguarding thy person with the power of the dark moon.
Well, sorry to say it, man, but I'm already taken.
Very well. We shall not need speech. Exit here and follow thine own design.
Okay, then. He said exit, but he didn't tell me which way.
What foolishness! Why trespasseth upon the great Lord's tomb, whilst thou art a disciple of the Dark Sun?
I don't think you understand, man. I just found that ring.
Mark the words of mine self, Gwyndolin. Thou shalt not go unpunished.
So, full disclosure, I'm only doing this now because of curiosity. I don't know what happens if you kill Gwyndolin right now before you do the rest of Anor Londo. So I kind of want to see. Oh, I dodged that early. Hey, I got away with it. Nice. So he'll shoot homing soul masses at you and soul spears. Those soul spears can actually go through the pillars in this area. So he also has a bow. So just keep that in mind. If you get too close to him, he'll start teleporting, and you can get, like, 2-3 hits off before he teleports out. Now, the hallway is infinite, so it will just keep going forever until you... Actually, I don't think it's quite infinite, if I remember correctly. I think it stops after a while, so... Alright, so when he soul masses like that, just go behind the pillars to get away from them, like this-ish. And just kind of wait it out until he stops doing that. He'll eventually go up and get his bow, and that's your opportunity to get a little closer. So, and then just get your hits in while you can. There you go. See? 3 hits. Not bad. Is that a spear? Yep. I keep dodging that late. I'm really playing with not fire, but magic here. I could have the spell stone plate ring on, but I think that's a spear, yeah. Okay. I don't want to run at him too quick, though, because I actually want him to go up into bow phase, because then he has to come down and then start teleporting, so I don't have enough to do a heavy attack. If I did, I probably would have killed him just then, but, that's a spear. Yeah. You can kind of see it based on the way that he moves his hands, which one's a spear and which one's not. Go on, do your bow thing. There you are. Oh my god. Blech.
Oh, heretic, swathed in dark, an eternal curse upon thee.
Listen, man, I'm already cursed with being an undead. It can't be much worse than that. Alright, well, the spoiled child wouldn't let me go into the museum, but now I can. We get the soul of Gwyndolin for beating him. Anything else? 40,000 more souls. Hey, I'll take that. So, it's still light out. That's interesting. So when he says he's a blade, like he will make you a blade of the dark moon, usually what that means is any other time you would fight Gwendolyn, you have to do something in Anor Londo to actually turn off the lights in Anor Londo. It's kind of weird sounding, but the sun supposedly is an illusion created by Gwendolyn, but hey, he's dead and it's still out, so I don't... Maybe it's an illusion created by Gwen's latent power? I don't know. Are those flowers up there? I can't see them very well. Let's see. Yeah, they kind of look like flowers. Okay. Well, this is Gwen's tomb. He's probably as big as this coffin, if not bigger. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, you get the Miracle Sunlight Blade for coming down here. Sunlight Blade, as far as I'm aware, on a fresh game, is mutually exclusive with the Dark Moon Blade Miracle, which you can get for being a Blade of the Dark Moon if you follow Gwendolyn's teachings and go into his covenant. You can actually get a magic version. So Sunlight Blade is the lightning version of the Miracle, whereas Dark Moon Blade is the magic version. So they're both pretty good, but you can't get both unless you're on... Oh, New Game Plus. Does that say anything? Or is that just the chest? No, that's just the chest particles on the inside. Alright. And someone's fancy chair. Kind of wish I could salvage that. It'd look pretty good at Firelink Shrine, but unfortunately this isn't that kind of game. There's the brass set that the Firekeeper was wearing, though, so it's pretty high fashion. You can incorporate it into a few things. I like my fashion, though, so I'll keep this instead. I think. Alright, so that was the easy part. Now for the harder part, which is the other section of the map that we can go to on this level with the elevator on this level. And then we'll go exploring in Disney Castle once we're done with that. So there's a bunch of different graves here. This big one's probably Gwyn. I do wonder whose the other ones are, though, because, I mean, obviously the rest of them aren't. Well, I mean, let's think about this. So probably the firstborn son is not listed here, so one of these might be Guinevere and one might be Gwendolyn. I think he had 3 children. I could be wrong about that, though. Oh, well. Gwendolyn's soul is actually another one that Frampt prefers, so don't consume that one. I think you can make a bow out of it, if I remember correctly, the one that he was using. But I don't really personally care that much for it. I've got a decent enough bow as it is, so... Alright, but let's level up. We can get 2 more levels, and then we need another 3,400 souls to get the next level, and I think we should be able to... I don't know if we'll get that just from going to the next area, but we might have some stuff still just hanging out in my inventory here, other than the core. No, we don't. Okay. I don't remember how much the core gets me. I guess I can find out. Oh, 12,000 more. Okay, well now we've definitely got enough to level up, so a little bit more. And now we're about 8,000 off, but that's fine. Getting plenty stronger, getting a lot more vitality. My vitality I'd like to eventually get, let's see, it's 24 now, so we're actually over level 50, which is, you know, more than I was figuring I was going to be at for the next area, but that's okay. Or for the end of this area, I guess I should say, but that's okay. I'd like to eventually get my vitality to 29. That would be where I'd want to end it at. And I think if we get it to 29 before I make it to the boss of this area, I will, after that, that's when I'll just increase intelligence by 3 so that way we can get it to the point where we can use Cast Light. And then once we level vitality to 29 and intelligence to 14, I'm only going to level endurance for the rest of the run, basically. Like, I'm just going to level endurance up to 39, because at 39 we can actually keep all of the equipment that we have on currently, and any other 3.0 unit shield. So any, like the spider shield, the crest shield, all that stuff. We can keep those on and still light roll, even with the Ring of Favor equipped rather than the Havel's Ring. So we'll actually be a little bit better off then, because the Ring of Favor gives you health and stamina along with equip load. So it's pretty good. Anyway, now let's take care of the rude tour guides, shall we? I was going to say, they can probably all see me from here, though, so I don't want to aggravate too many of them at once. I'll just kind of try to wander around so that they can't quite get to me from any given place. mean, I can kill them in 2 hits, but the backstab kind of guarantees it, you know? Alright, which one of you guys wants to fight me? If I go here, it's probably too far, but, you know. Hello? Oh, yeah. A little too far. Well, one's lore walking, so that'll make it a little easier anyway. Ow. That's the poise, boys. Okay, okay. Fancy moves you two have got. You know what I'm gonna do? You got throwing knives, I got fireballs. But it looks like you're not gonna give me the opportunity to use it, so instead... There we go. That'll make it a little easier. And then one for you two, as you phase through reality to get past me. Alright, so let's go see what the, whatchamacallit dropped, the chandelier. I'll probably get smacked up by those guys if I do it right now, though, so let's maybe try to clear out a couple of them. Let's see. Oh, there's one over there. Let's go deal with that guy first, actually. And then we'll deal with those 4. Well, those 3. It's 4 total. Alright, come on. Not like that. Fight me like you mean it. There you go. Alright, so anyway. I started blasting. Really? Okay, he's already seen me, so I guess it doesn't matter. I'm not coming over there. You gotta come over here. Alright, sure. That's what you want to do. Guess he's got a buckler? Buckler, I think. Target shield is a little... No, maybe that's a target shield. I don't know. Just ignore me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Alright, we got 2 of them. Okay, or I could just not lock on either of them. That works too, I guess. Wow, that went between them. That's almost impressive if it wasn't so sad. Alright, there we go. Sure, I'll exchange with you. Your knives tickle me by comparison to what my mace does to you. Alright, now we can collect the item from the chandelier. And it is... Great Magic Weapon. So if you don't have access to Dark Moon Blade, that might be a good equivalent for you in terms of magic damage. Because, I mean, you can have Sunlight Blade and Great Magic Weapon on at the same time. It probably isn't the most optimal way of doing things, but you can do it, so... And really, you only need, in order to take full advantage of... Oh, the Black Iron set. To take full advantage of Sunlight Blade and Great Magic Weapon on the same build, you'd need 15 Intelligence with the Ulysseal Ivory Catalyst, and I think it's 30 or 35 Faith, which is kind of a lot to ask for, honestly, on regular New Game, but I don't know, New Game Plus, it's probably pretty feasible. Also get the Great Sword and the Black Iron Great Shield from here. So if you need some really heavy armor and also a Great Shield, if you're, you know, so inclined. This one weighs 16 units, but look at that magic and fire resistance and that stability. Yes, please, although no thank you, because it needs 34 strength to even be wielded and it weighs 16 units. But the Great Sword's pretty great. Excuse me, I'll show you the attack since I can wield it in 2 hands. Oh, hold on. Wrong hand. In this game, I'm not left-handed, unlike in real life. There we go. Ain't she a beauty? I thought about using this as my actual weapon for the playthrough, but same thing as the large club, honestly. It'd just be too heavy for the armor set I wanted to use, so... But, two-handed R2? Poke. Look at all of the stamina that used. It's a lot, but that hits like a truck, let me tell you what. It also does it on the rolling attack, if I remember right. Yeah. So if you can fast roll with this thing, you're in great shape. Like, oh my god, it deals so much damage. So. Huh. Didn't we hear something about a painting previously? Somewhere? Ah, here we go. Well, maybe I can leave the doll at the foot of the painting? I mean, I can't imagine this is the same painting. What kind of a coincidence would that be? And even if it is, how does one get sucked into a painting anyway? Like, that only happens in video games. Surely this is not video game. Surely this is real life. Nice painting. Oh! I regret every decision that I've made recently! Well, okay then. I guess we're in the painted world of Ariamis now. Now I can go be a delivery boy for this peculiar doll. Fair enough. I'm actually not super familiar with this area. There's probably quite a bit of extra treasure here, but I really don't need a lot of it. I'm really only here to deliver the doll and then go home, so we'll try to do that if we can. We'll just light up. And do I want to kindle this one? I mean, I have a soft humanity. Somebody dropped it for me. Probably one of the painting guardians, so. I'm out of water. Let me address that real quick, because I actually have a fix for that. Hold on. And the fix is that I have not dumped out my water bottles from being at school yet today, so I just have a bottle with three quarters of it full of water. So there you go. So that'll come in handy. Sorry, I'm adjusting myself so I don't get all gnarly. If I like slouch too much and I leave the microphone in the position that it is, it like my breath actually like ricochets off of the pop filter and up into my eye, and it can dry my eye out. It's actually happened previously where I've like gotten my eye dried out. Like I'll look after the stream and I'm like, oh god damn it, and my eyes like all cracked up, all the stuff on the inside, all the capillaries look gross because it's dried out. It's not a whole lot of fun, so we're not gonna deal with that. How do I want to do this? I'm gonna put these away. I don't think we'll need those ever again. I'll probably just give those to Framt. So I got Balder armor I can put away as well. Oh, we got 7 Demon Titanite. That's not terrible. That's like +4, I think, boss weapon. If I remember correctly. Could be wrong about that. So, not bad though. Don't need the Crystal Halberd. Don't need the Gargoyle's Halberd. I'll keep the Composite Bow. That will come in handy. And what else don't I need? Black Iron Great Shield. Don't need that. Got the Black Iron Armor. Don't need the Gargoyle Helm or the Balder Armor either. So we can put all that stuff away. Oh yeah, and the brass set. Don't need that either. By the way, after killing Gwendolyn, I wouldn't go back to the bonfire at the beginning of the area if I were you. Just trust me on that one. Hell, honestly, she might be up like on the way into Anor Londo now, because that's where she spawns if you fight Gwendolyn later, after you can turn off the lights. But, oh, I'm going to put away the rings now because we don't need the Seance ring ever again now that Gwendolyn's dead, so yeah, we won't worry about that. I think I need the purple moss clumps in this area, though. I think they're useful for something, so I guess we're going to find that out in a moment, aren't we? Because we're going to go up here and see what we can do. Hello? Oh, Draglings. Great. How much damage could they possibly deal now? I mean, we've dealt with them before. It's not like they're particularly tanky. Well, I'll just tell you flat out, since they're giving us more souls, don't be fooled by the fact that they're just Draglings. They hurt here. They deal a lot of damage, so. Can I get that down with an arrow? I don't think so. Probably not, especially if I keep, like, getting my armor in the way. Oh, I can get it down with an arrow. Nice. Another use for those wooden arrows. It's just a humanity this time, but yeah, you never know. Might be worth something. So there's a gate here. We can't go into the gate just yet because it's closed from the other side. Yeah. So we gotta open that from a different side. So we'll go see if we can do that by going up the rafters. I'll probably explore this area kind of slowly. I'm not sure how much of it I'll actually explore, but I don't know. We'll see. I think if I remember right, the guys in here can... There's some, like, enemies in here that have toxic, though, so I'm going to be a little careful with that. Is it up here? It's not that guy. He's just got a bow. Which, that's fine. I can deal with that guy. See? I'll exchange that. We've got 8 Estus. Might as well use them. Oh, good. Whole bunch of them. Get out of the way of his bow shot. There's a fog gate over there. See, that's the nice thing about the composite bow that you really don't get out of the long bow. Short bow is the same. Oh my god. What the hell happened to you guys? Ow. To you guys. Wow. They take damage. I believe if you kill these guys with fire, they quote-unquote cauterize. So, like, they don't... Normally, they'll explode when you kill them. Their heads will explode, and if you're right next to them, it'll toxic you. You can avoid that by just, you know, not being right next to them when they die, because, like, you can kill them with range or something. Like, just knock them down to the point where they're almost dead, and then, you know, go from there, but... Like, basically, get them almost dead, and then back off and shoot an arrow at them. And that can usually come in pretty handy for you. So I don't know, I'm just going to kind of explore a little. I don't really, like I said, I don't really remember this area very well, so I'm just going to kind of explore around, see what I can find for a little bit, and then once I've had my fill, which will probably be at the beginning of the next episode, I'll, this is a trap. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's only a trap when I grab it? No? Okay. I'll tell it. No, it is a trap. Crow ladies! Oh, they take no damage from blunt attacks. Oh my god. I just rolled into that. Well, that's unfortunate. And now she's right in the way of the way out. Run! I'm getting ganked by the crows. Okay. Oh, okay. You can come down. That's cool. Don't want that. Don't want that. Getting out of here. Got a soul of Proud Knight so we can level up. They're probably right on top of me though. Oh no, they're not. Because the bonfire wouldn't have let me rest at it if they were right on top of me. So, all right, the dregs right over here will actually let me level up if I hit them again. So, let's go hit them. I wonder if those crows will just drop down on top of me anytime I'm here now. I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. 25 vitality? I guess 25 vitality. These guys, like I said, they can hit pretty hard, so it's probably more worth it to actually get myself a little more buffed up, because then I won't die in 2 hits. Alright, fellas, get off me. Ride's over. That guy was ready for the ride, though. He was like, nope, I'm just gonna cling to you until I can't have no more fun. Bye. I know you're there now, so it makes it a little easier. Oh, short bow, thanks. I think what I might try to do is I might try to get the fog gate over there that we can see from here. I might try to get that taken care of. And then I might try to get the gate open. Guess it's a little tricky to deal with these guys when there's, you know, 2 of them doing what they're doing here. Can I backstab you? I can. Does that do anything for me? I guess. Because then he doesn't, whatchamacallit. Maybe he does explode? I don't know. I couldn't really tell just then. No, he doesn't explode if you backstab him. slow-moving one is probably the more powerful one. Could you... Yeah, I was going to say, get off that wall, please. No, okay. Oh, no, they do explode if you backstab them, but they're away from you. You see how that cloud came out of him, though? That cloud is the thing that can toxify you. So just keep that in mind. You don't want that. Probably a guy behind me about to shoot me in the back. So get out of my way so I can get in here. What's down here? I hear the crows. Or maybe I don't hear the crows. Maybe I hear an albino rat. Or, you know, just miss him wide. That's fine, I guess. Thanks for the humanity, though, bro. That's real nice of you. Oh, there's another one. Okay. Well. Got that one real handy. Another humanity? No. Alright, so... Doesn't look like it's too dangerous to take a jump at that there item. Don't know where I'd jump from, though, to get there. I mean, I guess just drop down, but... Okay, that almost worked. I think I was a little off target. I don't think this is anything particularly good, though, but I don't know. I think it's worth a couple of tries. But yeah, you could probably drop down to that from somewhere. Maybe, like, that's the intention, is, like, have the crows scare you, and then you drop down to it. Like the crow ladies. Who take no damage from my blunt attacks. I'm jumping too early, I think. I think I need to jump a little later on that little piece of wood there. Like that? Okay. I'm good. I'm good. I don't know what it is, but I'm good. I'll just go this way. Oh, there's another item over there. Okay. Didn't see that guy shooting an arrow. You know, I'm just getting myself hurt. I may as well just walk up to him. There we go. Oh, yeah, I'm really getting myself hurt, because here's a guy that somehow got behind me. Don't know how that happened. Oh, well. Alright, drop this. There we go. So that'll be down in the courtyard now, once we find a way down to the courtyard. Don't know how we're going to do that yet, but yeah, I'll figure it out. The hell? Oh. There's a shadow of a dude that's down there. Oh, okay. So where does this lead? Nowhere. Great. Oh, okay. Hi, guys. I appear to be slightly trapped. That is not a... Okay. And they have toxic mist, so that's fun. What's down here? Probably nothing good. I've probably made a mistake coming down here, but... Yeah, live and learn. We're gonna find out. Oh, this rat's not dead. These rats are tanky! I probably shouldn't linger here, though, because they'll probably drop down after me if I'm not careful. Yeah, another rat. Blood all over the walls. That's a great thing to see. I'm trying to run away from something. It's probably just all the rats eating stuff down here. I mean, everybody's got to eat. We said it earlier. Okay. Sorry, rat. Didn't mean to make your life miserable. But you're in my way. That's why I need to beat you up. Oh, look, another item I can make a jump for. Probably from here. Okay, well, that barrel's broken now, so... Excuse me, rat, does this look like a free ride to you? There we go. What do we got? A gold coin! Okay. So, we got the copper coin earlier from Petrus. That is a slightly better version of the copper coin. It'll give you more souls when Frampt eats it. So that's cool. Go on, take a swing, bro. There you go. Get rid of that chair. Show it how you really feel. Yeah, like I said, I had a feeling they were going to follow me down here. So, I wonder if anyone's ever actually come down here. Because I feel like I've never seen that section of this area before. It's kind of funny, actually. But I think I know where I'm at. Keyword is think. But therefore am I, if I think. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Hello. Goodbye. Was he really going to be threatening? Like, he came up here as I walked up here. Like, does he not come up here? Like, if you climb down this ladder, is he more threatening because he doesn't climb up until you've already turned your back on him? Oh, hello. Goodbye. I think I'm back up where I was. Yeah. Oh, okay. Brave warrior soul. Oh. All right. Sure. You just do that. I'm just gonna take your plunder and leave. How about that? I don't need anything else. The souls of brave warriors and proud knights that we're finding in here, those are good enough prizes for me. I don't need anything else. More rats. I'm on pest control duty today. Lovely. Just what I wanted to do here. Here I was thinking it was going to be a fancy world with, I don't know, magical items and crazy, like, interesting NPCs. What do we find? Rats. This looks like a trap. There's nothing in here. Okay. So where in Oblivion are we supposed to go? Where's the way out? Probably back up here, huh? Is there anything on that ledge? No. That was the ledge with the... Okay. Yeah, that was the ledge with the rope. Okay. Got it. I understand now. So where was the guy with... Oh. Okay. Ooh. The hell? I can see through walls. You gonna take a plunge, or... I mean, you don't have to. I'll just... There you go. See? Not that tough. I can see you too, friend. You're not one of the ones that actually shoots, huh? No fireballs in this crib? He's probably gonna find a way to get to me from there. I'll see him like halfway through the level or something in a little bit and be like, how the hell? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm down in with him now. That's cool. And that's me, and that's him. Oh, double, okay. Another large soul. Oh, thanks for the broken straight sword, I guess. Well, that guy seems keen to stay there, so I'm just gonna let him stay there. Why not? Well, now the real question. Oh, I can't get down from here. That's unfortunate. I was kind of hoping I could. Oh, no, I just need to get down there. Okay, that's fine. So then we'll just get down there. Oh, thought I saw something. That was just me. Well, I don't know what that just was, but it looked like a piece of your body over there, so maybe... Oh. Okay. Well, here he comes. You know... I'm good, man. I'm good. You just keep screaming at people. I'm good over here. I'll be on my merry way. Oh, hello. Oh, okay. Never mind. I was gonna say, since you don't take too much damage from my blunt attacks, let's try combustion, but we cannot. So. Ah, there you are. I want to say there might be some whatchamacallits, there might be like some... You know, you stagger from each of my hits, so it's probably fine if I just do... Okay, you don't stagger from each of my hits, but probably better if I do that. I think there's like a mechanism or something I have to turn in order to open the gate here, though. So I think even though I go through... This is the fog gate that we saw a minute ago. But I think even though I go through here and find Phalanx, the knockoff, I don't think I can quite... Maybe it's this. No, maybe this is what I'm thinking of. Because I think if I remember correctly, that staircase that we saw that I was on a minute ago is like, it leads to a switch or a key or something like that all the way up the tower here that lets us open that door. I forget, though. I could be wrong. We'll find out, I guess, because we're headed that way. Speaking of which, here's Phalanx knockoff. And now I get to see if I can open this door from here. Okay, perfect. So now we have a shortcut unlocked. Very good, very good. I guess I'll go take on Phalanx knockoff. Because why not? Probably don't take much damage from Born, though. Never mind, that's not bad. 1,000 souls. For, well, 500 apiece. So. Okay, so I think what I'd like to do is I'd like to try to get behind a few of them. Oh, this will work. Try to get behind a few of them and maybe catch this fire orb. It doesn't deal great damage, but it does enough, I guess. Get rid of you. Oh, there's one next to me. Ow. Watch my health. These guys hurt. Okay, so maybe we won't... I think if I remember correctly, especially now that we have Covetous Gold Serpent Ring, you can actually like farm these guys to try and get large Titanite shards if you don't have them. I think I did that one time, but I don't know if it's worth it. It's not like large shards are particularly difficult to come by, you know. Where the hell did this go? Oh no, I think I know where this goes if I remember correctly. Yeah, you can go down from here. And I think this takes you into the little, like, water sewage system, if I remember correctly. This is a trap. No way, this isn't a trap, yeah. But I guess this is how you would get that humanity. Oh. They baited me with one of the traps and then said, nope, not quite the whole trap. The trap is more elaborate than you have given us credit for. But I'll take the Soul of Proud Knight, why not? Alright, now that we're out of Estus, it's probably better not to push on. Let's go back to the bonfire. Pardon me. Maybe I shouldn't put my shield out while I have no stamina left. Excuse me. Thank you. Alright, one more thing I want to do today before we call it a day. Get a little of that. Get another level, I guess. And then, I guess I'll take a drink too, since I'm going to get rid of this in a few minutes. Well, I won't be getting rid of that in a few minutes, but when I'm... Well, I suppose yes I will, because when I'm done, I'll get rid of it. I can do inventory management later. I want to go back into the courtyard, but instead of aggroing Phalanx, or Phalanx knockoff, I suppose, I actually want to go to the right, because there's something I would like over there. Of course, it's not going to be easy to get. Ooh, I've been Goomba stomped. There we go. And I mean, honestly, like, these guys don't give terrible amounts of souls either, so you kind of just, if you feel like farming, I guess you could do it here, but I don't know. I'm not keen on it. So. Okay, next. Almost put my shield down. Thought he was going to ricochet off earlier than that, but he did not. There's a few items around here. Whole bunch of people stuck to stakes. That's probably not a good sign. Yeah. Acid surge. Probably about as useful as Acid Surge is in Demon Souls. And the one in Demon Souls was useful for PvP, but not really in PvE. So... we unfortunately did not get a chance to use anything in PvP in Demon Souls because when I played it, the servers were shutting down in the PS3 version. But I tried to get to the point where I was at a level where people could invade, and then nobody invaded me. So, kind of sucks, but it's like a part of the game that we won't get to see. But, you know, it's something worth considering later on. I think if I remember correctly, yeah. If you come down here while you're human, Dark Spirit Xanthus King Jeremiah will invade you. He's funny. He's got a funny hat. He's also chain backstabbable. So that's fun. Bye. Ain't nothing to it. 30,000 souls for beating him. Pick up some humanity from him. He'll give you the notched whip. But you have to beat him in order to get an item at the end of this place. So we're going to work on that. But we're not going to work on that just yet. Because I think it's about time that I call it a day. We've got 7 Estus to work with, so that's not terrible. It should come in pretty handy for us. So let's do a level up or 2. Looks like just 1. Well, I can use some of the souls that I have in my inventory in order to get further. I need like 26, a little more than 2,600. So, large soul it is. But it looks like by the time we get out of this area, we'll have all the vitality I actually want for the entire playthrough. So that's not terrible. That should make things pretty easy for us going forward for the boss fight of Anor Londo. But in order to even get back to Anor Londo, we got to figure out a way out of here, because I don't know if you noticed, but behind us on this bridge was not a way out. It's, hang on, I'll go back to show you. It just sort of drops off over there, and we can't get across that gap. So how will we ever find our way home? Find out on the next episode of Dark Souls, the Stream Edition, which will be happening tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. In the meantime, it's a little cold here, so I'm going to go warm my feet by the bonfire. Didn't really need to rest a second time, and now my leg is twitching, so I guess I'll just rest here by standing up. Thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. And we'll see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, will be tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Until then, everybody, take care, and have a good one. Guess I can't really impale myself with this mace all that easily, considering, you know, when I'm waving it around like that, it doesn't really... It doesn't have a sharp... I mean, I don't know. I guess this might be considered a sharp edge, but the impression that I get is that those are rounded in order to give it more surface area, so that when I bludgeon people with it, it hurts more. Man, I don't know how medieval weaponry works. I just work here.